Hey, welcome. We are live here in the place, here in the Elite Sellers Academy. Welcome to the premiere event, the live special, the advanced training that's focused on Q4. It's really good to have you guys here. Thanks for joining us. Facebook's going to go out and ping a load of people and tell them we're live. But I am joined by the lovely Natalie Cromie. Say hello, Nat.
Evening, everybody.
And the lovelier, sorry, Nat, Luke Dugan.
Beautiful. Everybody.
The beautiful Luke Dugan. How are you, Luke?
I'm good. I'm excited.
Good. Me too. I'm excited. Right. So Facebook is currently going out there pinging. If you sign up to the email thing, that's letting you know that we are live. So hopefully people are finding us and joining us. And from the look of it, the group is going wild. It's excitement time. It's the night. I'm so excited. I know you guys are excited. We've got Lemonette. We've got Wakas here. We've got Pop here. We've got Ruth. We've got Marcin says hello. Rona's in the building. We've got Jed. Woo! He says. Ruth says, hey, guys. David says, here we go then. Alison's in the building. Angela's in the building. She loves the countdown. Me too. Did you hear the music, Alison and Angela?
Yeah, did everyone hear it? Did everyone hear it? I was like playing around with it a little bit.
I loved it. It was like ding, 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 ding. I was like, oh, this is good. I'm dancing. But yeah, it's great to see you folks. Magda's here, Sarah's here, Craig's here, Mariana's here, Daisy's in the building, Cass is here, Dean's here. Good evening. Dean says, Donna says, evening, everyone. John says hi. Andy Henry's in the building. Andrew Bahana's in the building. Ella's in the building. Luke Arnold's here. Lorraine's here. Paul's here. Let us know where you're from and give us some loves and likes and show us how excited you are. Woo!
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Right. Oh my God. I can't keep up with the comments. There's so many people here. Stephen says, I'm free. I don't know if he said it like that, but really good to see you guys. Right. So what we're going to do, we're going to give it a few minutes for people to connect and for Facebook to do its thing. In the meantime, what I need you to do for us right now is hit that thumbs up, hit that love. This is the first time we are doing anything like this, whereby normally we'd use like a webinar platform to deliver a free training such as this. And we are not. We are going live in the building, which is new to us. So, Nat, do you want to say?
I've just picked out. Gavin says Matt should be a football commentator for Sky Sports. Yeah, you're like that. What's that one? Chris Kamara.
I don't know who that is, but yeah, okay. I clearly don't follow sport. Is he a sport commentator?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I don't even know who that is. God, I'm old or decrepit or something.
No, he's been around for a while.
Say again, Luke.
He's been around for a while. He's an ex.
Oh, wow. Maybe I'm not as old as you guys, and maybe I'm too young for it. Dear. Oh, the email says 8 p.m. Oh my God, Lloyd says the email says 8 p.m. Oh my God, what a shambles. That's all right. It is what it is. We're here. Hopefully Facebook will push it out. I'll send another email in a minute. Don't worry. It'll be all right. Susan made it. Poppy says, just in case my children need me. I don't know what that meant. I think I missed the before message. Luke says, I'll have a pint of what Matt's had. If you knew what I'd had, you wouldn't want it. No, I've not been drinking, promise. Stephen says, can you ask the main presenter to chill a bit? Lol. Yeah. You wish you had my energy levels, Stephen. John says, Hyperman is on full blast tonight too. Right. Poo. Give me some thumbs up. Give me some loves. Give me some likes. Right. Okay. So tonight, I have already said we've got the lovely Natalie and the lovely Luke Dugan, and we are going to be talking at all things online arbitrage. As you guys know, 2020 has been the weirdest year ever. It's like been a bit of a weird year. Amazon sellers have seen a massive spike in sales, and they've gone from strength to strength. Look, in every battleground, there are winners and there are losers. And as much as I hate what's happening in the world right now and all the craziness, we're not going to focus on that tonight. We're going to focus on the positive. We're going to focus on the entrepreneurial, and we're going to focus on the Amazon online arbitrage business model, which I know you guys do and love, and you guys get massive success from, and you smash it. Well, things have changed in 2020, and that's the theme of this. We know they have. Certain things have got harder. Things have changed. but a lot of stuff's got a lot better. And the best Q4 ever is coming if you know how to utilize it. If you don't get it right, you're probably not going to have the best Q4 ever. There's one thing that we can guarantee. Amazon is going to have the best Q4 ever. The question is, are you going to have the best Q4 ever? And that's what this is about. Both Natalie and Luke are great sellers that have been doing this a long time. You are in good hands. They both teach this stuff and talk about this stuff. And you've probably seen the free content they put out all the time. They are good people, and they're going to talk you through some elite level strategies that are going to take your business to the next level. So I'm super excited to share this with you guys. What I will say is you are in the brand new, swanky, beautiful Elite Sellers Academy community right now. This is a free period of time, but this is not a free group. This will be a premium group. And at the end of tonight, there is going to be a launch offer. So with you guys' permission, Natalie and Luke are going to make an offer at the end of tonight's free training. But tonight is free. And there is no obligation. I need to breathe. There is no obligation to buy anything. This is 100% free content. And I've seen this content. I've gone through this content with them. You're going to love this content. If you do OA, if you're an Amazon seller, maybe if you've been doing it a long time, you're going to love this content. I think it's going to open some eyes, and it's worth sticking around till the end. So there's going to be a Q&A at the end if you guys have got anything to ask. And obviously, just before the Q&A, they're going to make the offer, but it takes 5 minutes or whatever. And like I say, no obligation. So let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. And then once we've done that, I think we've given Facebook enough time to push this out and let everyone know. I'll do an email when you guys start talking to let people know that it's on live now and not 8 p.m. I probably screwed up and wrote 8 p.m. on something because it was going to be 8.
We were going to do it at 8 p.m.
Now, Ollie says everyone says it's saying 7. Is that... Oh, so maybe there's a rogue email. Maybe one email said 8, but we was going to do 8, and Nat changed it to 7, so I had to change some stuff.
Yeah,
so
I just sort of like thought, never mind the buy box is 7 o'clock. People are used to kind of seeing us at that time. Not 100% decided, when the Elite Sellers Academy launches, what the time will be on that one yet. But we're just going to kind of play it by ear tonight, but I just hope everyone kind of enjoys it. Yeah, we just want it to be kind of chill tonight. Obviously, apart from that.
Well, we have never had 200 people live on a Facebook Live before, so yeah, I'm super stoked that you guys have joined us. I'm super proud of you guys for joining us. We appreciate your attention. We value it more than you would ever know, and the fact that you choose to spend your evening with us. Hopefully you'll enjoy it and get a lot from it and learn from it. But the fact that you're willing to do that, we appreciate more than you would ever know. So thanks so much. And yeah, is it now the time? Do you think now's the time to get started? Shall we go? Shall we do this, guys? What do you say? Give me a love, give me a like and a thumbs up. Hit that, smash that stuff, and tell me in the comments if you want us to get started. And then I will shoot off and out, and I'll return back for the Q&A so I can help these guys go through all these questions because the chat is moving so fast. I cannot see it.
Yeah, the chat's moving really, really quickly. So we just need to make everybody aware that we would try, obviously, questions related to the training and the content and everything like that will be answered at the end.
Right. Before we do that, what I do want to just state, and thanks for all the love, guys, seeing all the thumbs up and the hearts, loving it. Thank you. Listen, there's one rule in here tonight. Oh, there's 2 rules. No, one rule. It falls under that umbrella. No idiots. No idiots. And now that doesn't mean like banter, boys. Like you're all right with a little bit of banter. We don't mind that. But if you're an idiot, if you're here to spam, if you're here to sell stuff, if you're here to do any dodgy business, we're just going to boot you. So we're going to have a 0 tolerance policy tonight. We've got 2 or 3 moderators going to be live throughout this. So any shenanigans, you out of here, you miss out. And that'll be it. You won't ever get back in because this is a one-way system in this thing. You don't get back into the Elite Sellers Academy when you leave. So basically, if you get booted, boo-hoo, cry into your Cocoa Pops. You won't see a replay. You won't see anything else. So behave yourselves. That doesn't go for 99.9% of you. You good people. We know that. We've seen the names. But the odd idiot that might have slipped in, we will see you, we will find you, and we will boot you. And we'll take great pleasure in doing so. So no shenanigans, no naughtiness. And without further ado, I think it's time to get going. Don't you, Nat and Luke?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, let's do this. I'll see you guys in a bit. Can you Send me to the lobby, Nat.
Yeah, I've just got to figure out how to do it. Hang on.
All right,
oh, it says kick from studio. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I think I'll just remove you. Oh, that's it. He's gone. He's gone. So just Luke and I left. Right. So now let's get on with the training. I've just got to figure out, by the way, we're going to come on camera now. So we're still, fingers crossed, hopefully going to have the microphones off, but we are going to come off camera. So I am just going to try and figure out how to do this. Apologies, just give me 2 minutes, guys, because as you all know, I am really not good with sharing stuff. So let's go screen. No, that's wrong. Already.
We get there. We do it.
Yeah, I'll get that. Right, share screen. There we go. My entire screen. Let's do it. Tick and share. Ooh. Right, everybody's there. So fingers crossed.
Let's see what it looks like.
Just got to wait a couple of seconds. Sorry, guys. I just want to double check on the video. By the way, there's always a little bit of a delay. So I just want to double check. Yeah, that's it. We're in. Okay, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to present. And we are going to go. So fingers crossed, that's it. So thank you, everybody, for joining us this evening. I appreciate, there are literally hundreds of you on here. So we do really appreciate your time. And thank you so much for joining us. So tonight, we are going to be covering 3 new strategies you need to implement in your online arbitrage business this Q4. So first of all, I'm just going to leave this up here for a couple of seconds. If you've ever been to one of the Secret Wealth projects and obviously the newly Elite Sellers Academy training events or presentations or anything like that, we just let you know beforehand. We just let you know that obviously the information that we're going to talk about, it's a bit of a disclaimer. The information that we're going to talk about tonight is intended to be for information, educational purposes only. And, if you use the information, it's at your own risk. And obviously anything, we make no earning claims or anything like that whatsoever. But having said that, let's get on. If anyone wants a copy of this or anything like that, just let me know. But guys, I just want to double check. Can everybody still hear us? Hopefully you can. Nobody has said they can't, but just while I'll let you cast your eyes over that for a couple of seconds. Are you still there, Luke?
I think so.
Okay, good. Right. Okay, brilliant. Everyone can still hear us. Fingers crossed. Okay, so why have we put this training together? Well, when we first started selling on Amazon, things were pretty simple. Sourcing for Amazon online arbitrage used to yield results of, £5 profit, 50% ROI, and fast sellers all day long. But I just wanted to take you back to 2017 and just kind of give you an idea of what it was like when we first started selling on Amazon. You would literally buy something from a shop or online, in person, whatever. You get it for a discounted price. Maybe you get it from a clearance section. You get it on offer. You get it on sale, whatever. You would go and check, see what it was selling for on Amazon, do your due diligence, check what quantity it was selling for on Amazon, and then you would see if there was enough or a certain amount of profit that you were happy with. Then you'd send it into Amazon. It would hopefully sell. And then fingers crossed, Amazon do the rest and pretty much boom. And, that's what it was. It was a very, very simple process, and understandably why people do really seek out online arbitrage or wanting to sell on Amazon, because it is, quite a simple concept. That's what arbitrage is. But Amazon has changed. I don't think there's anyone in this room or in this chat or on this live tonight would hopefully disagree with that. So when you hear people saying that OA is dead, I do get it, because it really isn't the same as it used to be. But here's the thing, it's not dead. And it's not that the Amazon arbitrage model doesn't work anymore. It's just that it has changed. The old ways do still work, but in our opinion, they need to be adapted. So believe us when we say there's no secret sauce. The concept and the basics are still the same. However, there are new techniques and new ways to do things. So today, we are going to reveal 3 tried and tested strategies for the new style of OA. So during this training, we're going to show you the elite strategies that we've implemented into our own Amazon businesses to create more long-term sustainable model for a full-time Amazon income. We will share with you the actual figures and case studies to show you firsthand how these strategies can lead to a lasting and reoccurring income. Today, we will be sharing with you 3 advanced sourcing and scaling methods that we have implemented into our business, which means that we both have more time and no more boring 9 to 5. So I know this might be hard to believe, but many Amazon sellers struggle to find profitable deals and build sustainable and long-term businesses. For those sellers, Amazon is only ever going to be a side hustle for them. However, it's definitely possible, and by implementing our strategies, you will be able to take your business to the next level, from side hustle to full-time Amazonian warrior. Both Luke and I have been making a full-time income from Amazon for over 4 years now. Not only that, but we've also helped hundreds of people do the same by implementing some very unique and elite strategies. We can both assure you that everything in this training today is 100% true, and we will show you the how-to later on. So please stay till the end of the training. Both Luke and I will be happy to answer all of your questions on the content that we're going to be discussing tonight. Over the last few years, the Amazon landscape has changed. Online and retail arbitrage does not stay still. It's a constantly changing, constantly evolving beast. So, quick visual representation for you here. Who's been here? Well, we've called it Box Disney, Heaven or Hell. It really does depend the way that you look at it. Who's been on those really, really big 3 for 2 Disney sales in Q4 where, you know, you've gone so deep, you've bought millions and millions of, Woody dolls and Toy Story dolls and everything like that. Let's face it. Let me know in the chat. I'm sure you agree. We've all been here at some point in our business. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. However, this probably isn't going to work anymore. And we all know for a fact, because this is something that's happened really, really recently. Even Disney have started selling direct on Amazon. They've recognized the opportunity, and others will follow. Okay, so here's just a quick visual kind of representation of, OA past / OA future. I wish I was a bit cooler with this and done something to do with Back to the Future, but, this for me as a level of, my level of technology skills. But you can kind of see here that, in the past, there's the timeline of kind of selling on Amazon over the last few years. Things have changed. Toys R Us had gone. I mean, that was a huge one at the time. And, when Luke and I were looking the dates up earlier, it was Toys R Us went bust. And then literally a month later, Tesco Direct went. And for OAs at the time, anybody that was sourcing for online arbitrage, Tesco Direct was one of the hugest. I know people that were running accounts just from sourcing from Tesco Direct. Mothercare went bust. ELC were bought by The Entertainer. As we know, as time goes on, as the years go on, but things change. Things have started to change. Around the end of 2019, coming into the dreaded 2020, people started looking at it slightly different and seeing a slightly different dynamic. Instead of us seeing other retailers getting funny about selling on Amazon, you saw some retailers coming into the space. Yes, there's always been retailers selling on Amazon, but when you get the big retailers, when you get the huge big boys moving into the Amazon market, then you know it's going to be something that is going to have an impact, not immediately. And I don't want anyone to think that I'm scaremongering, I'm not, but it's going to have an impact for people who are selling those type of products. And obviously I've just put 2021 because in the future, who knows what's going to happen to Boots, what's going to happen to John Lewis, what's going to happen to Debenhams. So this Q4 will likely be like no other. Sorry, said that wrong. This Q4 will be like no other. It's now your opportunity to take advantage of the heightened online sales due to the current climate and what is potentially going to be coming over the next few months. However, you need to remember that this Q4 is probably not going to be the same as any of the others before it. Okay, so who's ready to get started?
I am.
Who's that? Who's that on the line? Who's that on the line?
Oh, that's bizarre.
Who was that? Okay, just give me, just want to check everyone's still there. So yeah, just give me a thumbs up, give me a like or something like that in the comment and let me know who's ready to get started. There we go. They're all coming in now. Okay, so very, very quickly, I just want to tell you a little something about myself before we get started. I know most of you know me in this group. However, I just wanted to kind of introduce myself and tell you a little bit more about myself. So I'm not going to give away my age, but all I can tell you is I'm going to have a special birthday next year. But yeah, I'm not going to say. Some of these figures will probably give away my age though. Started selling on eBay in the early 2000s because essentially it was pretty much the time. It was the time that, you know, at the time that was the platform. Everybody sold on eBay or, you know, at that sort of time, it was the go-to platform to sell on. We did really, really well. One thing I was really good at was able to kind of spot products, spot opportunities, be able to sell. And, you know, really took advantage of the eBay platform in the early 2000s, so much so, I was actually, it actually enabled Matt and I to be able to buy our first property. And, you know, but times change, things move on, platforms change. So, you know, we had to look at something else. But then eventually we came across some really unique products and we set up our own distribution company. And we were selling like these really exclusive, cool eco products. And we had, you know, the European rights, we had the UK rights and the Irish rights to sell exclusively these products. And again, things do change, and it's not like, you know, it's not like the market changed that much, but it was more I changed over that period of time. Running a distribution company, being, you know, selling to retailers, I've, you know, sold to the top retailers in the UK and, you know, attending trade shows and things like that. And what can eventually happen is what exactly happened to me. During that period of time, I also became a mum. And when I was traveling around the country, visiting all these retailers, doing these kind of shows and things like that, I really felt that there was a time, you know, it kind of got to me a little bit. And I came home, particularly, I think the turning point for me was I had my son and he was like 3 months old and I had to go away for a whole week to do a trade show. And had to leave my baby son to do that. And I just got, you know, I was so upset, absolutely drained me. And then when I got back, I just turned around to my Matt and I said, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this. I didn't have kids to leave them, you know, this isn't for me. So we looked for something else. And that's when we discovered Amazon FBA 5 years ago. We dabbled in a few areas on Amazon FBA. We actually had our first successes through the wholesale route on FBA. But we started with online arbitrage. It really ticked boxes for me. It was something that absolutely, yeah, just kind of ticked all the boxes. And it, you know what? So I just go into shops, I buy stuff, and if there's profit in it and it sells, I make some money. You know, it was that kind of aha moment. And, you know, over the years, we've expanded into other income streams on Amazon, you know, over the last 5 years. For those that know me, I opened my, I opened our prep center in February 2018, which is still going now. And, you know, that's something we've been able to do as being part of Amazon Sellers as well. And then finally joined the Secret Wealth Project in August 2019 as a content director. So I always knew that I didn't want to run my own group. You know, that's kind of not for me, but I felt that I had some good knowledge to be able to share with people who were selling on Amazon. And that's when Matt, Holly, Karen and the team kind of invited me to join on and hopefully offer some contribution to the Secret Wealth Project. So what has Amazon done for me? Well, it's given me the freedom to spend more time with my children. It's allowed me to enjoy what I do for a living, shopping. I mean, yeah, no, nothing else needs to be said than that. It's allowed me to develop other profitable income streams within the Amazon niche. I'm not ashamed to say that I'm not just a seller. I've been able to develop other Amazon streams by selling on Amazon. But I've also become, by becoming an Amazon's experienced Amazon seller, it has given me the opportunity and confidence to be able to speak at live events, record videos for YouTube, and host our weekly show, Never Mind the Buy Box, which I've got to say is my absolute, you know, with everything that I do on Amazon, Never Mind the Buy Box is my absolute favorite thing that I do for anything. I absolutely love it. I enjoy doing it. And it's something I wouldn't have ever have done if I wasn't, or I didn't, if I wasn't selling on Amazon. And then finally is networking, and working with people is definitely one of my passions. So it has really given me the opportunity to fulfill my desire of working and collaborating with some amazing people like Luke, like Matt, like Karen, like all of you on this chat tonight that I never would have got the opportunity to meet. So enough about me. Let me pass you over to the lovely Luke and let him tell you a little bit about himself.
All I'm going to say first is that guy's jawline. My God. Anyway, let's get into the actual content. So
yeah, he is. Yeah, I get it. He is hot. He's not here tonight, though, is he?
No, I don't know who this guy is. I have no idea. Anyway, the same that Natalie said. Some of you will know me, some of you won't. But if you don't, then I'll just go over some quick facts about what's been happening with me and what I've done over the last, couple of years with my journey. So 4 years ago, I actually quit my 9-to-5 job, which was about 18K a year that I was getting in the UK. And I went full time with Amazon. I spent all in.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. I scaled to a 6-figure Amazon business within my first 12 months. I then started a Facebook group called Mr. FBA UK with a YouTube channel, basically just set out to help other sellers that are, selling on Amazon that needed help in specific areas. And I also, over that time, have run a small-scale prep center and have done my first live speaking event, which was really fun. So what has it kind of done for me over the years? So I've been able to build a business from scratch, which has literally been my dream since like 5 years old. I think it stems from when my dad had his own company and it was sort of something that was in the family. And so for me, that was like a really important thing to overcome and achieve and create for myself. And I feel great that I've done that. I've also been able to grow an engaging, friendly Facebook community where I've literally met some amazing friends, like people that I now see more than I see, from people from school. And of course, the important stuff sometimes, you've got to be able to make a living. I've been able to 4x my 9-to-5 since then over that four years of selling on Amazon, just on Amazon income alone. And I have now outsourced the hands-on side of the business, and I'm living a digital nomad, I guess you could call it that, style, lifestyle, working remotely here in Lithuania, which is where I'm actually coming to you from. So yeah. Okay, so the most successful Amazon sellers, I know they try everything. Once they have found the strategies that work for them, they literally trickle down on that specific sub-niche of online arbitrage, which they then dedicate laser focus to, and that then creates and makes them into an elite Amazon seller. This in turn allows any seller to basically be able to control their own Amazon destiny and not sort of be at the mercy of anything or anyone else, providing them with a long-term, sustainable business where you're not constantly chasing the next deal only to find the listings become saturated and the prices to crash, because you know that is one of the main things and the main concerns for nearly all Amazon sellers. Not only that, but also the ability to scale to whatever level you want and outsource, you know, up to really 95% of the processes along the way, and even for things you don't want to do. So just over time, get rid of the things that you like. Sorry, get rid of the things you don't like and focus on the things you do like. Does that sound good to you?
Sounds good to me.
What
Does it
about
sound good to everyone else?
Woo.
Yep. Sorry, that was me. I was looking at the chat. It definitely sounds good to everyone else.
So, for example, my personal goal for 2021 is actually to achieve over £1 million in sales on Amazon. And this can 100% be done with advanced online arbitrage strategies. And this is something I'm actually going to be documenting over on my channel for the whole of 2021. So that, you know, there's no like exception. There's no exceptions. There's no like, you know, I can pretend I didn't do it to see what actually happens. And if I can get there, if great. If I can't, at least I'm, you know, aiming and trying to go towards my goals. So once you find that kind of winning combination that just seems to work, oh my God, it's the greatest feeling of achievement and reassurance. Knowing that you've proven the doubters wrong. So for me, this is going to be a real cool story. Well, not for me, but for you guys maybe. For proving my granny wrong was the best feeling ever. So we're going to a quick story here. So when I was starting my Amazon journey, you know, you do your first month on Amazon, you kind of see the full potential of what you can do. You start getting, you know, these ideas like, wow, it actually works. Like, I can't believe it. And you start getting all these, you know, getting excited and start thinking, well, okay, what about doing £2,000 a month, £3,000 a month, you know? And I went over to my mum for dinner. And my nan's sitting there, you know, minding her own business. And I'm like talking away to my mum about Amazon and going to sell on Amazon and all that. And I go, Mum, I'm going to do £10,000 a month in sales. And back then for me, £10,000 was like, just like astronomically high. I was like, that's like, I've made it. Like, to me, that was, I've made it. And I went, I'm going to do £10,000 in sales. And just, you know, I used the word sales, didn't say profit. And my nan, ready? She goes, no, you won't. And I was like, I just like froze. I was like, hell no. And I was like, right. In my head, I was like, I'm gonna do £20,000, £30,000, I'm gonna do £40,000. I was like, you know, and to me, even though that was like one of those like, oh my God moments, it was almost one of the best moments, because like, then I was like, right, stop that. I'm not just doing £10,000, I'm doing 40, I'm doing 50. And that's where it started. Oh, I was so excited then, so emotional. All right, let's calm down a bit. Anyway, you can build a tangible and sustainable business long term, which then gives you choices, whether that means working remotely and traveling, which is currently what I'm doing. You know, I'm living abroad now, or spending more time with your family, which is, you know, for Natalie, that's a really important factor in running our business. It can literally be molded to fit you and your style. So ultimately, whatever way you look at it, it can deliver you and your freedom. Anyway, that's actually getting to why we're here. So let's talk about the 3 elite strategies that we're going to be going over today, to share, you know, sharing with you. So key arbitrage elite strategy number 1 that I'm going to be talking to you about is building your arbitrage Bible. So kind of like, what is the Bible? Well, you know, the Bible is a sustainable product list that you create over time, which you can then rely on throughout the year. So by focusing on this as a foundation to your business, means you can actually accurately predict your Q4 sales, and not just your Q4, but it could be your Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, or your year. This works because most products sell month in, month out, year after year. So you could basically sell around, you know, up to 90, even 100 if you really wanted, of your products that you did last year, again this year. Not only that, with the insight gained from actual sales data that you have accumulated over this period or over your, your selling career, you can have an even better Q4 this year than you did from your previous year. Just because now you know what you did right and what you did wrong. Using this knowledge to like tweak and tinker the process. So strengthen what needs to be strengthened and then removing anything that hasn't worked. For me, this gives me a pretty accurate understanding of how my Q4 will go even before it happens. And no, I'm not psychic, as much as I wish I was. But not only this, your Amazon business should be much more developed than last year in terms of your cash flow and your product sold, so your product library. But that alone should create a more successful Q4 than the last one. So you should be using your Bible as a foundation to your business and then layering on Q4 demand. Focus on new Q4, as well as that, obviously focus on new Q4 related products that you come across. And combining this as well with your day-to-day, like, the rinse and repeat sustainable products that you can buy month after month. This blend can truly deliver you a beautiful Q4. The reason I sort of call it the Bible is because once you have a fully developed list of products, you can open that page to chapter Q4 and use this Q4 data from the previous years to supercharge your current Q4. This Q4 list or the data list, is developed over years, not months. So you need to start creating your Bible now. Then when when Q1 comes along, I'll start the process again. Turn to chapter 1 or chapter Q1, layering again with new products that come around that I will accumulate and absorb into the business through the years or through the months. The list should be constantly growing and evolving. It's no more chasing the next deal to pay the bills. You'll find it. You want to source that next product because you need to pay off your expenses at the end of the month. And this allows you to take control of your business and not let some external factors control its destiny. It's more putting the control into you, into your hands. Many people think this is some sort of complex sheet or list, lots of software integrations, but it's just a purchase list developed into something more over time. Combining this with actual sales data that you obtain through your business, which then gives you a true representation of how good a product is and what sales it can actually do. You will literally be amazed at what products look a bit crap on the surface, but actually can turn into something amazing once you've tested it within the market. The data obtained through this method helps you fully maximize the potential of any sustainable list and enables you to trust in the product over time. 80% at least of my day-to-day sales comes from products that I've already sold month in, month out, and even year in, year out. So hopefully that was a nice little entry, but we're going to move on to number 2. Key arbitrage elite strategy number 2. So it's adding volume into your Q4 business model. So as you can see here, I've basically shown a product. I know I blocked it out, and that's just for the sensitivity, making sure obviously there's other sellers that might sell it or be selling it. You don't want that obviously cause problems. So that's why that is like that. But I'm sure many of you that know me, I've probably disclosed this product before anyway. So, but it's just for this. It's just for this live. And there's some statistics or some data points for this product, just to give you an insight into what it was for last Q4. So it's a grocery product. It's BSR in Q4 is around 250 to 450. The average price that I paid for it was about £4.94, so about £5. And the average sale price for the period was mostly around £9.99, but it was around £9.99, £10.99 up to £11.99 on an average basis. And I sold 509 of these over about 6 weeks. So just to go over a couple of bits here. Q4 volume, so obviously you can see the Bible Pro chart here, which is, if you don't know already, it's showing you here on the top graph the ranking over time, and the bottom graph is showing you the number of sellers. So where the bottom graph goes up and down, it's where the number of sellers go up. So more people entering the listing, and then when it goes down, they're exiting or selling out. So just go over some of the points I've said. So the Q4 volume ASINs can be a game changer in your business. Looking at this chart, you can get a rough idea that, why this is Q4 specific in volume. So what you can see is that after the Q4 period, I know you can't see the dates, but after the Q4 period, there's no one that actually comes back into this product for the rest of the year. And if you actually look even further back, the same happened the previous year. A BSR of around 250 to 400, which is roughly what I mentioned previously, of this product. So the selling volume of this product, and it's a seasonal product, meaning that the BSR of 250 compounded with the effect of Q4, because it's a seasonal product, means the volume is astronomically high. It's already selling crazy amounts, plus it could be up to like 10x because of the actual seasonal demand. So even though the ROI figure on this product could be, when you're doing the analysis, maybe 10 to 15%, it could even be as low as 80p profit on that one product. But it's not, you shouldn't be looking at it as of one product. You should be looking at it as an accumulative volume in sales. The cumulative value is what's more important. So, you know, as I said, in 6 weeks I sold I did sell 509 units of the product. And even then I was out of stock about 60% of the time, because what you can see on the graph here is on the bottom section, you can see that the number of sellers starts to dissipate, but then there's gaps where there's no one selling the product for about 3 or 4 days there, and then about 5 days there, leading up to Christmas Eve, which I think is just before that last little line. So, you know, even if I was in stock then as well, for the last, say, that's probably about 7 days, who knows when I can route the full potential. And then if I was in stock even longer before Q4, so the full Q4 potential, because I was only selling for 6 weeks, even more. And that's just a little snapshot from the account, just to show you I made some of these sales against that product. Yeah. So you might be asking, what were the results? Because, you know, I saw 509 of them, and I said it could make between 8p and £1.20. So you're thinking, okay, well, is that £509 profit? Who knows? Well, let's actually see. The real data, my net profit on this product was actually 2,035.94p on a total stock spend of 2,509.37, and even a little cheeky bonus on the end of £250.93. So like, what happened? Where's the 80p to £1, you know, £1 to £1.20 profit I sort of mentioned? Well, that exactly, it's not. It's because I've also taken that. They also took another step on top of that, which was to leverage listing volume domination. Just a fancy word I made up pretty much, but I'll explain more in a second. So I was able to identify that I could sell hundreds of this unit over the Q4 period, like I said, because I was doubling up the volume and the demand for Q4. Because of this, I was confident I could buy hundreds of this unit every time it came back into stock, because what was happening was it was coming into stock, then it was getting bought out because obviously the product's popular. And then it was a couple more days later, I noticed it came back into stock. And yeah, Nat, can you just turn down your mic a second, because it is, that's it, perfect, beautiful. Oh, it actually is coming up.
I don't think I can. Sorry, guys. I don't think I can, purely because if I leave this screen to go and turn my mic off, then it will show me doing that. And if I mute it, apologies, guys. If I mute it, then yeah, if I mute it, then I can't hear Luke, so I can't hear where he's talking. Sorry.
It could be me. You never know.
Yeah, maybe.
But anyway,
someone just says you need to, Luke. You need to invest your profit into a new microphone.
Bro, it should be, you know, this is 2017. It's not that bad, but anyway, no, it's been fine before. I'm not sure what it is. Sorry about that, everybody. Anyway, I'll continue. You know. Anyway, where was I? So, because of this, I was confident I could buy hundreds of units every time this product came back into stock, because the demand was so crazy that even buying 400 at a time, it wasn't even that, it wasn't even that much. So the confidence for me was there. So just as an example, every time that the units came back into stock, I was super aggressive and I snapped all the stock up. So 400 came into stock, I literally bought them all out, then obviously out of stock. Then I kept being persistent on that retailer, checking, back in stock, 600 of them, buy them all. And what I then did by doing that is I was not only selling a lot of this product, which is where the value came into it. So like, even if I just made £1 profit on that line and sold 506, that's still £506 profit on one product over Q4. If you've got 100 lines, 200 lines, you can start to see where that cumulative profit total can really start to actually add up. But not only that, I was able to squeeze everyone else out the market, because what I was doing, because I was being super aggressive on my buying strategy side, I was actually stopping anyone else getting in the market. So I was controlling the supply. The demand's already there. And so, yeah, I might not be as proactive to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning buying every unit and making sure that no one else gets, as soon as it comes back into stock. But every time I noticed, I was buying every single unit. And yeah, now and then someone came and matched me, but I was able to control the price because I was pretty much the only FBA seller for the last period of time. So at the beginning, it started as a normal volume product, like I mentioned, but then I noticed that I could then control it because I could buy so many because I was confident of the demand. And then I sold this product anywhere from around the $9.99 at the beginning, and then by the end, I was selling it at $29.99. And yes, I wasn't making as many sales, but because I could control the buy box 100% of the day, I could get accurate data on that buy box for 100% of its potential. So I could see real results and what the real demand was, and then tweak the price according to my supply. And that way I can make sure that I sold out all in time for Christmas while maximizing my profits. So what have we learned here? We can use data from analysis and experience to turn a high volume Q4 product that many people would already overlook due to the 10 to 15 or 80p, that would have been chucked in the bin a long time ago, of low margins to one of my best Q4 products last year, $2.5 grand with the cashback on one product, and I'm selling hundreds. Just add those up, And if you can focus on a few ASINs like that, whilst also layering in other Amazon online arbitrage strategies, you're going to have a truly explosive Q4. Using the power of the Q4 demand I have been talking about and the volume, we can turn a product that may not be that profitable into an extremely profitable one. The key for a successful Q4, if you are able to create a few opportunities like this, compounding with high volume Q4 products that you'll be selling alongside it, and seasonal toys and games that you come across as well, then also building on top of your solid foundation from your Bible, you can truly create the Q4 of your dreams and stand out from the crowd. It's a misconception, actually, that you need to sell tons of ASINs across multiple categories to have a successful Q4. Just taking a moment to think outside the box and create opportunities if you can't actually find them. And that leads really, really nicely into the next strategy, which is going to be taken over by Natalie, and she's going to be talking about creating opportunities.
Thank you, Luke. I was just like, I was in control of the slides there, and I was listening to you so intently. I was a bit like, right, got to keep on top of the slides, got to keep on top of the slides. Just to let you know, because you would have missed the comments as we go through, and before I start with the third elite strategy that I'm going to start with, it was so funny watching the comments with the product at the start, and and your Photoshop skills, Luke. They leave a lot to be desired. I think, it was probably easier maybe to show it or not show it at all. It was just really funny. I thought I'd let you know. Watch it.
In the right place, yeah.
Yeah, I think people could pretty much guess what it was. Okay.
Well, it doesn't matter. Whatever.
No, of course it doesn't. But key arbitrage elite strategy number 3. This is about creating your own arbitrage opportunities. And Luke's just gone through a really key part of his business, which is actually volume. But obviously volume, Not everyone does that. There are so many different strategies and people look at them in so many different ways. And I think why Luke and I really complement each other is because we do have so many different strategies and we do look at things in different ways. So I'm going to talk to you about creating your own arbitrage opportunities. For some time now, I've been creating my own destiny on Amazon. I use a variety of different sourcing techniques in order to identify and create my own arbitrage listings for Amazon. Yes, OA has always been about selling what is already established. However, if you apply the right techniques and research, then you can create your own listings and have the lion's share of the sales on popular branded products. So the majority of the listings that I do create are bundles or multi-packs. And I just wanted to go through some of the examples of listings that I've created over the past or ones that I sell. So here we go. This is a listing that I created. It was in the category of grocery. It sells around 30 times per month. So not the same level of the sales that we're talking about with Luke, but this is a different strategy. This is also a replenishable product, and the buy price is around £8 for this particular bundle. And as you can see here, the sales on this particular item are £24.95, which is over well over 100% ROI, so 113% ROI. I don't know why I always put ROI. I've got to put something else because I can never say that. And over £9 profit per sale. Another example here is health and personal care. In this particular category, sells around 20 times per month. Again, replenishable, buy price £7.50. I should have put average actually, because you know sometimes you can get deals on this type of thing, sometimes you can't. This one in particular, 82% ROI and over £6 profit per sale, selling for near the £20 mark. Again, going back to grocery, just another quick example here. This one's a bit of a more of a faster mover, sells around 50 per month, replenishable, buy price on this one, £4.50, 127% ROI, and over £5.50 profit per sale. And the idea is if you can keep creating these products on yourself, you can use the kind of compounding effect. Yes, they don't sell in as high a volume as what Luke was talking about, but obviously, the more products like this that you add, where you have more of the lion's share, where you're going to be potentially for a longer period of time having the lion's shares of the sales. Okay, so what are the benefits of creating your own listings? There's generally much less competition for longer periods of times than existing listings. Generally, much higher ROIs and profits. And on occasion, what you're able to do is to make unprofitable standalone listings or standalone products profitable. So single items that might not be profitable to sell on their own, however, bundling them together or putting them together in multi-packs to, you know, create a multiple amount of units and being charged just one FBA fee can often make them profitable. Now, I've put this in here because recently this is quite, you know, this is something that didn't used to be an issue, but it's become more of an issue lately, is when you create your own listings, you actually get to be in control for editing purposes. So for those of you that are watching tonight, for those of you that are watching, everyone that's watching, I'm sure at some point, no matter how long you've been selling on Amazon, that you've either heard or you've experienced selling a product and had somebody change those details, had those details changed on that listing. You might have been selling a 2-pack and then someone's changed it to a 6-pack, or someone might have changed the product completely. Now, there's only 2 people that can do that, either the person who listed the product, potentially the brand owner, if they take control of the listing, or Amazon Seller Central. So there's only a couple of people that are able to change the listing, whereas you've dealt with all the frustrations of contacting Seller Central saying, look, this has changed, and they don't do anything about it. By creating your own listings, you are in control much more than listing on other people's. And obviously all of these strategies and everything like that that we talk about are to be used kind of in conjunction with other strategies and things like that. And finally, creating your own listing, the benefits, bundles and multi-packs can tend to sell in lower quantities. However, if there's not as much competition on the ones that you've created, therefore you have the bigger share of the sales for a longer period of time. Okay, so how to create your own listings. So what you need to do is identify really popular, fast-selling products that are in high demand. That's what arbitrage is already about. To some extent, we're always looking for a product that is already tried and tested. Then you look for the products that are frequently bought together. Amazon gives us this data, so it's more than, it's more than easy to find. We ensure that those products that we're potentially going to put together are highly complementary or very convenient. So what I mean by that is if you're going to put products together for a bundle, they have to complement each other. Believe it or not, that is in Amazon terms of service. They have to complement each other. You cannot put a wooden spoon and a hairdryer together and expect it to sell. I don't know, really don't know where that example came from. It won't sell. This is tried and tested. It has to be highly complementary, or it has to be highly convenient. Well, it has to be highly complementary, 100%, and highly convenient, and convenient as well. So that's what we're going to be looking for. Now, what you can also do is you can look for opportunities of fast selling and high in demand products where a multiple offering doesn't exist. So you don't necessarily have to bundle different products together. You can create your own multi-packs as well. Now, creating multi-packs and bundle offerings that are convenient to the buyer is an absolute must. So like I said, two key things here. It has to be highly complementary. So you have to have in your train of thought, it has to be reasonable that when a customer purchases those items, that they would think that they would purchase them together. The perfect example is shampoo and conditioner. If someone's buying a shampoo, there's a good chance that they might buy a conditioner with it. Someone's buying some toothpaste, they might buy a toothbrush with it. It's not rocket science. It's all of those things that are highly complementary. And then same thing, but with multi-packs, if you can see a product is selling really, really well, if you can see that, then there's a good chance, especially if it's a consumable product or a product that someone will use over and over again. I'm the perfect example of this. I'm definitely the perfect example of this. I always forget to buy like toothpaste and deodorant and stuff, all of the health and personal care stuff that you would normally buy in the supermarket. I'm rubbish at buying that. So for me to be able to go into somewhere and like buy 6 months worth of toothpaste is hugely, hugely vital to me. And it's really appealing. And to be perfectly honest, I'm happy to kind of not pay through the nose for it, but if it's going to offer me convenience, I'm definitely going to be more interested. So those are the two key things that you have to know when it comes to creating bundles, creating your own listings, is that if you're going to put things together at highly complementary, so not the wooden spoon and the hairdryer, they have to make sense that they would be sold together and also very convenient to the buyer as well. Okay, so any of those questions on the 3 strategies that we've discussed tonight, we will go through and answer at the end of the training. I've been, trying to keep an eye on the chat, but obviously we're going to go through and answer any of those at the training. So please, please, please make sure that you do stay to the end. Okay, so as we mentioned earlier, people are always saying online arbitrage in the UK is dead. However, I hope you will agree, and as we've just shown, it's simply not true. You just need to implement a few changes into your business and focus on what others are not willing to do. So once we found the solutions to the issues we were facing growing our businesses, Then we were able to find more profitable products with less competition, which in turn helped us both deal with the frustrations that came with running a traditional online arbitrage business. And there's no reason why you guys can't do it too. Now, I know it may feel like it's a big mountain to climb at the moment, and I can assure you that you're not going to wake up tomorrow having become a 7-figure seller overnight. However, it really isn't rocket science, but it definitely does require effort and commitment. So what's the next move? Well, you can either carry on as you are, riding the same old Amazon emotional roller coaster, wishing the rest of the year away, waiting for Q4 to come, allowing the new trend of big retailers to gradually squeeze you out of the Amazon space, or you can do something about it. Now, unfortunately, there really isn't enough time for us to cover absolutely everything in detail that we need to in this training. But we have just given you 3 awesome proven techniques that you can use to help grow your business this Q4 and beyond. However, that's just the tip of the iceberg. So now you have 2 options. You can either go away and implement these strategies yourself. It may take you a year or 2, but it can be done. Or you can let us guide you step by step so you can see through the eyes of experienced sellers like us, giving you the opportunity to learn our advanced techniques and fast-track your Amazon business. There are dozens and dozens of strategies that can implement into your business. We've just shown you 3. Between us, we've tried everything. We've both spent years finding out the best possible ways to maximize selling on Amazon. We've both made mistakes along the way, and even Luke's been in tears. Sound effects, that's what you came for tonight. But eventually we got there with blood, sweat, and Luke's actual tears, who I'll let him tell you about that in the end when we're going through the questions. Now we've found the strategies that work for us. For every one of us that succeeds, in our experience, there are at least 9 that will fail. And why is that? It's because those people take years trying to slog it out alone, never wanting to accept guidance from those that have already walked the path. 76% of people know mentorship or guidance will change their business. However, only 37% of people take action and get a mentor or invest in themselves. I got to be honest, I did get those statistics off of Forbes, but I'm going to be completely honest. I think 37% is quite a lot. I think it's even less than that, to be perfectly honest. So Luke and I wanted to create something that would offer a training platform that provides ongoing, up-to-date, cutting-edge selling techniques, whilst at the same time offering continual motivation and accountability to all members. Courses really are amazing for that moment in time. However, from my own personal experience, I found that because Amazon is such a fast evolving selling platform, that the information can go out of date quickly. And to be honest, sometimes people buy courses, coaching, information, and they never implement it. And I've certainly been part of things before, and hopefully what we're going to introduce to you will be something that it is different, and it does create a different kind of dynamic to the learning space. So what is the solution? You've heard us talking about it, so now we're going to tell you what it is. So introducing the Elite Sellers Academy. So what is the Elite Sellers Academy? Well, the Elite Sellers Academy is a high-level training, motivational, and accountability-based mastermind group which combines step-by-step, click-by-click, weekly live training, coaching, and mentorship sessions. They aim to hold you, those sessions will aim to hold you by the hand, possibly double up your sales, even as much as 10XL your sales. That's what's happened to Luke in your Amazon business, hopefully within the next 12 months. So who is the Elite Sellers Academy for? Well, it's going to be for sellers who want to scale their business, for any sellers that need to overcome self-limiting beliefs, any sellers that maybe want to turn that side hustle into a full-time Amazon business, for sellers that have capital but maybe don't have so much the time to implement things, for sellers who struggle to take action, sellers who struggle to motivate themselves, sellers who struggle to hold themselves accountable, and most importantly, sellers who want to feel their true potential and achieve their goals. That isn't an exhausted list. That's just some of the things that we came up with, who we feel that the Elite Sellers Academy might be for. So, what's included for all Elite Seller Academy members? Well, there's going to be weekly live advanced training sessions. So training sessions that will provide comprehensive learning, experiences that focus on all Amazon selling strategies, skills, and techniques. And the value that we've got on that is £5,198 per year. And by the way, guys, we haven't pulled these figures out of nowhere. Luke and I sat down and, for creating courses and charges for coaching and things like that, that's what we've come up with to value what this is. Ongoing mentorship. So regular coaching, motivation, and support delivered on a monthly basis. Value £4,776 per year. Also, a dedicated elite level private Facebook group. So a safe community created and filled with Amazon sellers, elite Amazon sellers. Value $499 per year. Mini courses. So a minimum of at least 4 per year. So it's not just going to be live training. What it's also going to be is, I appreciate, and we've got loads of feedback from people on this. And yes, live training, and live training will be the absolute crux of everything in the Elite Sellers Academy. However, some people still like modular-based information. So they still like the courses. So for all of the other areas in the business, for the back end of the business, the support areas, things that you can use to outsource, take your business to the next level, lots of different areas. We're going to have module-based information learning designed to support your Amazon business. And that's going to be added on a quarterly basis. So it's almost going to be courses within, well, the Elite Sellers Academy is not a course, but obviously you get the idea. But mini courses, but anyone that knows me knows that I don't do anything mini, essentially. Even my beginner's course ran into like 16 hours or something like that. I find it impossible. But a minimum of those 4 per year. And the value of those, £1,118 per year. And that's something that's going to be regularly added on a quarterly basis. Accountability checkpoints. We've got some really cool ideas to be able to keep people on track, keep people with the goals that they've set themselves. That's so, so important. And being completely honest with this style of learning, with this style of motivation, with this style of accountability, consistency is key. You will not believe the difference having something that you know that you have to attend on a regular basis to be held accountable for, either for learning, for motivation, to talk about your results, all of these different type of things. You will be amazed at what that level of consistency can do for your business. If you're someone that's bought a course in the past and maybe really haven't taken advantage of the information in that course because you haven't held yourself accountable, if you know that every week, 8 o'clock on a Thursday evening, that you are coming for information that's going to be delivered of a really high standard, we're going to hold you accountable for that. So that's going to be ongoing support. And we're going to set tasks to ensure sellers stay on track with their targets that they have set for their business. We value that at $299 per year. Now, you're also going to have access to the Elite Sellers Academy resource, PDF, and essential tools library. This is something that's going to build up over time. It's going to be like it's going to be our vault of information. So all trainings, everything will be converted into PDF formats. Again, I know some people prefer instead of videos. Some people like to have a written reference. and they're going to go into our library. There's also going to be how-to guides, templates, you know, if you're looking to hire someone, job descriptions, that type of things, everything that you will need in order to run your Amazon business. And all of that content is going to be added on a regular basis for you to be able to dip into the library and be able to use for your business. Now, this list, again, is not exhaustive. There are going to be additional things that we're going to add much, much more as time goes on. Obviously, there's also going to be a community as well of people that can network and who can work together in order to build the business. So once we've tallied that all up and once we've added it all up, the total value that we put on the Elite Sellers Academy was £12,889 per year. Now, as we said, we've totaled it up. That's genuinely what we came out with. You know, if we were to charge individually for that, that's what it would cost. However, for a limited time and for this launch only, we're going to have something special for you. So you can have all of this for only £690 plus VAT for 12 months access. Now, you can see there, I've already put the details up of the cart if you want to join. Now, this is an annual offer to join the Elite Sellers Academy. Or if you don't want to consider the annual offer, we've put something else together for you. We are actually, because not everyone wants to pay for annually for stuff, obviously. We wanted to give you a monthly option as well. So for today only, well, not for today only, but for this launch, we are going to be offering access to the Elite Sellers Academy for £69 a month plus VAT. And again, you can see here, I've got the details of the cart. So just, oh, I've gone back. Click too many. So I'm just going to let Luke jump in here and he's going to run through with you again the offer for tonight, what you would get with the Elite Sellers Academy.
Why, thank you, Natalie. Hopefully I can get this mic to work because it's really annoying me too. But anyway, we're just going to quickly run over what we've already talked, what you'll get for the value of this, either monthly or annually. You're going to get weekly live advanced training sessions. You're going to get ongoing mentorship, a dedicated elite level private Facebook group. You're going to get mini courses, minimum of 4 per year. You're going to have accountability checkpoints. You're going to get access to the resource PDF and essential tool library, and much, much more. Because of course, over time, this is just going to get more stronger and develop, and the things that we have planned are just mind-boggling. And of course, we think that the total value is $12,889 per year, but you know, scrap that. You can get a launch special, £69 a month, if you want to pay monthly, or an annual membership for the $690, and you actually make a saving of £138 there because you're getting 12 months access for the price of 10.
Oh, sorry. Have you finished? That's everything that's going to be covered in the launch special.
And there's a sign-up bonus. First 10 people to sign up get a 30-minute one-to-one coaching call with either myself or Natalie, and you can choose that as well. So there's, you know, me and Natalie aren't going to get upset if you choose one over the other. That's just going to be part of it. But you get to choose.
It is definitely just going to be like a popularity contest. And no, I'm joking. You guys can pick whoever you want. For the first 10 people that sign up, you either get a 30-minute call, one-to-one call with myself or Luke, and yeah, you get to choose. Sorry, I will just point in. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Luke. What I did forget to mention is I think Matt or somebody has popped in the join up link in the comments. Obviously, we're not using traditional like webinar software or anything like that. We're doing it a little bit differently. So the sign up link, you can either take it down, it's written here, and you can copy that, or you can hopefully click the ones that are in the group. So that sign up link will just keep being kind of posted in the comments.
So the Elite Seller Academy launch offer will end at 6:59 p.m. in 7 days' time on the 17th of September. And that is when the first session will be launched at 7 p.m. on the 17th of September. And then the normal price will go up to the £99.
Yeah. So thanks for that, Luke. So imagine how you will feel when you no longer be preoccupied by the penny under crew. You can expand into the areas of Amazon that hold the most profit by not having to compete with other sellers on your listing. You can expand on your existing Amazon knowledge and turn this and this in turn will help you develop potential income streams outside of Amazon. Don't put all your eggs in Amazon basket. One thing that we're going to be really focusing on in the Elite Sellers Academy is once you become an expert and what you can do with that knowledge and how you can develop that knowledge into other income streams. You can also remove the feast and famine that you're probably currently experiencing on Amazon by adding consistency in your business. That's going to be one of our main focuses that we are absolutely going to focus on. Q4 will become a bonus for you when you look at it, when you start to look at Amazon arbitrage in a slightly different way. Overall, you'll have more time, more sales, more profit, and in turn, more choice. The opportunity to create freedom and finally be in charge of your own destiny. Ever since I've created my courses and Luke has been delivering his coaching, we both 100% believe that this new innovative way to learn and support on an ongoing basis will deliver results in a way that's never been done before for UK sellers. There will be no holds bar, no holding back, all secrets will be shared. We often find that because Luke does coaching and I offer courses and things like that, sometimes in standard Facebook groups, Secret Wealth Project, we have to be respectful of the people that have paid us for services, paid us for information, obviously. So sometimes, you know, we're not guarded or anything like that, but we do have to be selective over the things that we say out of the respect of people that have paid us for our knowledge, essentially. But with the Elite Sellers Academy, everybody's going to be in it together. So I absolutely guarantee it. Everything, there'll be no holding back whatsoever. Excuse me. Both Luke and I want to see people achieve what we know that they are capable of achieving. Now is the perfect time to invest in yourself and help your business grow to levels that you could never imagine. So here's just a few of the testimonials from some of the people that I've worked with over time, and also Luke's got some too. And I'm not going to try and say to anyone, this is because of the Elite Sellers Academy. That's brand new. So we don't have testimonials for that. But we do have testimonials for some of the people that we've worked with. And you can see here from some of the things that people say, Magda said it's just a real eye-opener, having the knowledge. She can already see the great results in her business. Susan says she can't stress enough how beneficial my help has been in successfully scaling her business and providing, you know, a strong core to it. Not going to read through them all, obviously. David said, from personal experience and having coaching sessions with Nat so far, the course is a bargain. This was a previous course that I saw. For anyone that wants to scale it up, I've scaled up pretty much double the sales that I was on. So if you are ready to really maximize the power of selling on Amazon, the biggest online selling platform in the world, and if you are ready to take the next step in developing consistent year-round earnings on Amazon, if so, the cart is now open. So, if you're there, Luke.
I think I'm here still. Yeah, I'm here.
Now question time. So, as promised, now I've got to try and navigate my way out of this software so I can get back on camera and get Matt back in, our lovely host, who is going to be he's going to be Bradley Walsh. She's going to be the question master, and we can go through some of the questions that you guys have been asking. So any questions you've got on the any questions that you've got now on the Elite Sellers Academy or any of the training that we've gone through tonight, please drop them in the comment, and we will do our best to answer those for you. I've got to try and find my way out of this. Here we go. Back in StreamYard. Fingers crossed. There he is. I can see him. Hang on a sec. I need to stop sharing my screen. Is this going to work? Oh, my God, it is. Can't believe I figured it out. And he's back.
Hey.
There we go.
Hey, guys. That was awesome. Love it. I tell you what, I'd like to just add something to that, right? I talked to these guys about their plans for months. I've been talking to Nat about this for, was it last year, Nat, or was it just really early this year?
Well, I think where it came from initially was with my advanced Amazon seller course. I gave away kind of 6 weeks coaching with it. And yeah. I really, really enjoyed the format of it, combined with doing Nevermind the Buy Box and having that live up-to-date knowledge. And I just kind of fell in love with it. So I kind of said to you at the end of last year, end of 2019, I think I want to do something like this and kind of develop the idea a little bit more. And I've just got to say to Terry, because I saw it put in there, is this RIP to Nevermind the Buy Box? No, it's not. Nothing changes. Absolutely nothing changes.
Right. Listen, this is the way I see it, right? Nevermind the Buy Box is a free weekly thing that we do in SWP where we keep up to date with you guys and we give free information. It's usually news-based and opinion-based. So it's what's happening in the world of Amazon, a bit of opinion, the odd guest. It's kind of lighthearted, a bit of a hangout almost. The Elite Sellers Academy is not that at all. It's not a lighthearted hangout. It's not the same, but you have to pay for it. No, it's in-depth, intensive training to help you take your business to the next level. So it's not just a chit chat about what's happening, and that's kind of what Nevermind the Buy Box is. Hey, we all love doing it. It's great fun. We get to hang out with you guys. We love it, but it's just a hangout. No, this is structured content that isn't getting shared anywhere else. And this is what I was going to go into. Natalie's been telling me what her plans are this year. And she's like, I'm going to teach this. I'm going to teach them that. I'm going to show them this. I'm going to show them that. And the difference between a course and this is ever evolving. So both Nat and Luke run full time, even though it's not 100% of their income, they run full-time Amazon-based businesses. So this is not stuff that worked 3 years ago on a free YouTube video. It's not something that your buddy in a Facebook group mentioned is kind of cool. It's like in the trenches, what's happening right now and how to apply it to your business, click by click, step by step. So it's the in-depth strategies on a weekly basis. So they're going to spill the beans. Luke is basically one of the best, biggest volume sellers I know in this space, in the OA space in the UK. Yes, I know bigger sellers. I do. But, like, there ain't that many of them. Like, Luke's up there for sure. And he's got a very unique blend of what he does. Volume. He's going to teach you that, but he's going to teach you a whole bunch of other stuff. And Nat is a little bit more profit-focused and less volume, a little bit more creative on it. So between the two of them, the knowledge dump that they're going to put into your head is going to take the game to the next level, because all I ever taught was vanilla OA. And that stuff still works. It's still great, but it's just standard buy low, sell high. It's like the property market, right? The property market is probably going to crash next year. That's what all the experts are finally saying. You finally agree with me. And they've been saying, look, don't stop trading in property. You just got to be a bit more creative. And it's the same on Amazon. Things are changing. Volumes are increasing, but things are getting harder. John Stevenson just posted it in the group like this week. He's been doing it 10 years. He's been selling OA longer than anyone I know, 10 years. And he's like, he was a little bit like things are changing, and he wasn't too positive about it all. But here's the thing, right? This game changes. Every single year, somebody will say, it's dead, it's over, and all that stuff. And in reality, it just changes. And John's still with it 10 years later. He's just seen the changes happen over time. So things aren't getting easier in LA. Apart from like better software and better services, they're not getting easier. But what is happening is the creativity and the solutions that you can create for yourself to make an income are getting a little bit more sophisticated. And that's not being put out there in the UK. People in these communities aren't talking about the things that Natalie and Luke are doing on a daily basis and have been doing for months and years. Like, they are at the forefront and what I would consider to be kind of experts at pushing the boundaries. So they don't just watch a YouTube video and then go implement it. They're trying stuff. They're figuring stuff out. And then as they do and they scale up their own businesses, they want to pass it on to you in these live weekly trainings. So it's structured weekly training. But here's the thing, right? And you'll have heard this from a load of gurus, right? Get yourself a mentor. I never had a mentor. And honestly, having a mentor is game changing. Well, that's included for 69 quid a month. And the price is not staying this price forever, let me tell you, right? I honestly, and this is the truth, I swear down, hand on heart, promise to you, I told Nat this is too cheap. I told Nat and Luke we should be charging more. This is too cheap. And Nat wanted to do this launch offer for you. So like the value that's just going to be in there from the live weekly training and the mentorship is unreal. You don't even know what they've got in store for you. They've got an intensive Q4 figured out where they are gonna pile into Q4 in a way you've never seen done before, right? And then straight after that, they've got the next 3 months content already figured out. They know exactly what's going in there for the next 6 months, and it will blow your mind. And all for a tiny, tiny, tiny little £69 a month. You will gain way more back from what you spend on this if you actually implement and if you do. And then you've got the private Facebook group with non-beginners. So I don't think Nat and Luke mentioned this, but this is not for beginners. If you just started, it's not for you. We don't want to say you're not welcome, but you'd probably be better off getting Nat's beginners course or something. This is for intermediate and advanced sellers only, right? So no beginners, nobody that's going to ask how to set up what's wrong. Wow.
No, it just sounds really mean when you say it like that.
But it's not for beginners. The whole point of this, right? If you've been selling a while on Amazon and you're stuck, you're grinding, you feel like you're spinning your wheels. Maybe you're annoyed at the penny under e-prices. Maybe you're annoyed that Disney stopped they started selling on Amazon. Maybe you're a bit frustrated, or maybe you just want to grow your business faster. It's for you guys. It's not for the people that are brand new that want to set up a Seller Central account. It's not for people that are figuring out how to prep the first package. So the community of sellers will be worth the entry price alone. And what they didn't mention also is whatever price you pay now, which is this launch offer, it will stay for the duration. So grandfathered in. I honestly see this membership, once it's got the content library built up and once it's got the reputation and the testimonials, I honestly see this being a £300 a month subscription. Genuinely. There are groups in the US charging upwards of that. And I think based on what I've heard, the support and content is going to be second to none. So honestly, I know you can only go off my word and what Nat and what Luke have said, but this, just try it for a month or two. As Karen says, and I don't know if she's watching, suck it and see, because I always laugh at her when she says that, but suck it and see, give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen? If you don't smash it from Q4 with the information they give you and the accountability sessions and the mentorship and everything else and the private Facebook group just for the Elite Sellers Academy community, if you don't smash it with all that stuff, just cancel. Nobody's going to lose any sleep over £69 a month. If you don't find it worthwhile, then just cancel and don't pay no more. What you got to lose? But what we have said is we don't know if it's going to close cart in 7 days, so you maybe won't be able to get in it then anyway. But the price is definitely only for the next 7 days. And like we said, for the first 10 people that buy, we're not going to check who's bought. We're not going to tell you if you're one of the 10. But for the first 10 people who buy, I don't know if you've already got in there or not, but for the first 10 people that buy, you're going to get a free one-to-one coaching session with Luke and Luke or Natalie, your choice. It's a no-brainer, folks. I've seen people selling a lot less for a lot more. Let me tell you, if you're doing OA, if you accept this is going to be the best Q4 ever, you need to be part of this community. There we go. High energy over. Back to you.
Wow, yes. It's hard to follow that, I guess. It's hard to follow that, Matt, isn't it?
Yeah, right. Okay, listen, tell you what, it's so difficult to go through these chats. Maybe you guys have picked out some questions you want to answer?
Yeah, I've just seen some, I think all the kind of content questions, a few that I picked out. I've got quite a good memory, so I really do try and, remember some of the questions that were asked. And a few people, Luke, I think particularly when you did your session, were kind of asking about the volume. You know, how can you ensure that you're getting, the retailers that will give you this type of volume?
You just, well, to start with, you don't know until you try. Eventually, you find out which ones you can get volume from. And then you sort of think, well, because obviously I'm focusing on volume, I might be able to, even if you could maybe find that product for a little bit cheaper somewhere else. But because you can only get 6 sales off of it because you can't get enough stock, it's not really worth an extra 20p or 5p here or there. But what you could do is you can then find it maybe for a little bit more expensive from another retailer, but you can get 100 of them in one order. So the accumulative profit on that far outweighs getting it a little cheaper and only selling six of them. I'd rather sell 30 or 40 with a little bit less profit, as long as I can obviously find those listings, which are the volume products, which is where that obviously what I do comes in. And over time, you just filter out the ones that don't obviously give you the volume, and you add the ones that do supply you. So yeah.
Yeah, there we go. A few people have been kind of commenting saying, oh, I don't know if I'm intermediate enough or anything like that. We just need to kind of clarify that. Now, we're not saying, there's all different levels of Amazon sellers, obviously. If you have never sold on Amazon, no, this is absolutely not for you. Not by any stretch of the imagination. We're not putting like you've had to have done a Q4 or anything like that. But if you have been selling, relatively consistently on Amazon for X amount of time, it's the level of your confidence that we want you to look at the end of the day. Yes, we've called it the Elite Sellers Academy, but we want to make sure that obviously when the members are in this group, that all of our attention and everything like that is going towards growing people's businesses. That's what we are looking to do, to help people grow their businesses and take their businesses to a next level. And I don't think you can really put a figure on that to say you need to be doing X amount a month, or you need to be doing this amount a month, or whatever. I think it does have to come down to what you feel. It's a monthly basis thing. I mean, gosh, if you've been in for 1 month and you think, gosh, this is a bit high level for me, you've probably picked up some really good tips over the period of a month anyway, and it's cost you, well, today it would have cost you like 69 quid, something like that. So, it's probably going to be the worst 69 quid. You need to be able to test that for yourself. It's not really a question that we can answer for you, if that makes sense. That clarify it a bit more?
I think so. I think the bottom line is, look, if you've never sold on Amazon before, this is not for you. If you've not set a Seller Central account up before, it's not for you. If you've not sent any first shipment, or I don't know, or know how to write, you've not got Buy Back Pro set up and you don't know how to what source of product, it's not for you. This is for people that have been selling on Amazon, understand the game. They're not going to be asking what BSR means or what an ASIN is. That's not for you. That's too big. You got too beginners. You're not ready for this yet. But at the same time, what that's saying is, look, we're not Nazis. We're not going to be all like, hang on, let me see a screenshot of your Seller Central. If you've not made $10,000 in 1 month, you're not. No, it's not that. It's not that. Sorry, pounds. It's not that. It's look, you've got to judge yourself whether you're going to get value from this. But like Nat says, look, if you are a little bit too beginner, as in you've sent in a few boxes and you don't get much value from it, well, then just cancel after a month. You'll be all right. But ultimately, as much as we're not going to police this, we are strongly suggesting that if you're a beginner, it's not the place for you. And beginners' questions aren't really going to be the type of questions that you're going to get answers to in there. You can find beginners' questions in the Secret Wealth Project. We will answer them for free. So if you just a beginner starting out, hang around in Secret Wealth Project, hang around in Luke's group, Mr. FBA UK, hang around in the free groups, watch some free YouTube channels. You'll get tons of information from that. This is for if you are serious about your business and you want to stop playing at it. You want to start actually, making some real impact, making a real difference, making some real money. If that describes you, if you're ready to take things next level and learn some stuff that isn't being talked about that much in the UK, I don't see no free YouTube videos about this stuff. I don't see no posts in Facebook groups. The people doing this stuff are few and far between, especially the way they do it at their level, right? So it's few and far between. These people aren't telling anybody about it, right? And it's not stuff really they want to share in depth, in detail, out there in free groups. Nobody does. So the idea is, look, the walled safety of the garden is where the community will be, and they'll all support each other, and everybody will be cheering each other on, and it'll be really supportive and cool. But that's where the advanced level knowledge is going to stay, right? And everybody that's in there is expected to kind of not keep silent, but the idea is not for you to run off with the knowledge and spread it out there. That's not what this is about. This is about, look, there will be an advantage to being in this group. If you're not in this group, you are at a disadvantage. If you're a beginner, that's okay. You don't need to be in this group. But if you're intermediate or advanced, then you are at massive advantage by getting this knowledge, getting these skills, getting these strategies in the way. Just this stuff they've got planned is going to blow your mind. And for that price, you will see massive results. I've not worked out, but what is it, £2-3 a day? Suck it and see for a month, as Karen says. Suck it and see. Suck it and see for a month or two. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, it's different. It's different. And if you've not done this type of thing before, I mean, as we know, when I had this when we started these conversations and speaking to Luke as well, that yes, it is different, and I appreciate. Or it's something I do want to clarify here, actually, because I know a few people have kind of said this to me. Okay, well, it's kind of a Facebook group, and you know you pay to be in it, or what? You know, that's not that innovative. What is innovative is, and what is going to be different, weekly live training sessions, continual ongoing support, continual mentorship, having access to the library of information that we're going to be creating, lots of different and lots of more cool stuff that's going to be coming. This isn't something that we're just going to sit on and just do every week. Okay, that's it, and do something. Not only will we be delivering constant content, constant up-to-date content. We'll be adding tools. We'll be adding, support. And there's a really cool thing that we're going to be adding. It's probably not going to go in until Q1 next year, but something really, really cool that we're going to be adding in. And I think it's just going to be worth the membership cost in itself for the level of support that it's going to offer sellers. And that's support. So it's not necessarily, because I know a few questions, I think Tareen might have asked, is there going to be stuff to help the back end of Amazon, help with the support side? How can we do this? We're going to cover you all completely. It's not just about selling. It's about, Luke is the master of running lean Amazon, services. He's the absolute I guarantee nobody's costs are lower than Luke, even though he outsources everything, because he finds the ways to be able to, he finds all the loopholes, and he finds everything be able to, I'm not going to say the cheapest way, the most sorry. I'm going. I'm going.
Effective. That's what you're trying to say, isn't it?
Cost-effective way of doing things. So that's what it's all going to be about. So I don't want people to think, every single week. It's most of the time, it is going to be, you're always going to be learning something. We're probably going to focus on a specific area of Amazon, specific strategies per quarter, and then add in bits and tips and tricks. And just to let everyone know, Q4 is coming. It's nearly here. Q4 is such an important time of the year where you have to stay focused. So for the first quarter of the Elite Sellers Academy, we are going to be concentrating on Q4 and allowing you to have the best Q4 ever. So, I just want to make that clear. But for those that are going to be joining, and when we go live next week, and when we start, we're going to start telling you more and more about everything that's going to be coming up. But what I don't want to do is, I don't want to keep saying, we're going to be doing this, we're going to be doing that. Because if for some reason, like COVID-25 happens and something doesn't happen because of it, I don't want people constantly kind of hanging on, for something to kind of happen. Yeah. The core of what this is at the moment is obviously going to be that continual support, continual training, consistent element to people growing their Amazon businesses.
It's going to be very fluid. So they don't want to be nailed down and say, this is the exact rigid structure, because if you guys want to explore a certain direction, they can. This is the beauty. It's not a fixed course. When things change, it can change. When you want to go a different way, you can go a different way. Now, something we've not mentioned as well, you guys are in the Elite Sellers Academy Facebook group. As you know, it's weekly training, it's mentorship, but it also contains this Facebook group. Now, we let like you guys in basically for this launch window. Maybe it'll be 24 hours you're in, maybe 48 hours. It might be, maybe tomorrow we remove anybody that's not a member of the academy. So just to let you know, we're not booting you out, we're not being nasty, but this is the Facebook group that Nat and Luke are going to use to house the training, to support the community, you know, to do all the mentorship. This is going to be the main hub. So if you're a member of this, if you're now a member of this group, but you don't pay, you're going to be removed. That's not because we don't love you. That's not because we like fell out with you or hate you. It's just this is the group they're going to use. So you're in here free right now to be invited and to be invited like tonight and should share this free training tonight. But all the in-depth, all the juicy, technical, do this, do that, step-by-step, intensive stuff is all going to be within these paid walls. And that's all paid. So that can't be shared with the wider community. That's not right. So just to let you know, when we start booting people, it's not because we fell out with you.
Don't say booting.
Sorry. When we start ejecting you, when we start removing you from the group, it's not because we fell out with you. This is not a free group. This is a premium paid group with the training, with the mentorship, with the accountability, with the vault of ESA stuff. So I just wanted to say that because nobody said it yet. To stay in this group, you got to pay.
Absolutely. I was gonna mention it, and then I suddenly thought, or maybe we'll do it a different way. But yeah, that is the basis. That's what we're doing at the moment, even if we end up changing it. But you know, yeah, absolutely, that's what we're doing.
So when you start getting removed, if you get removed, it's because you didn't pay. Okay, and if you get removed and you did pay, let us know and we'll put you back in. But yeah, ultimately, it'll take a day or two for us to get that sorted out, depending on how many people have joined our stuff. But yeah.
Jed said, "Did I just say cock?" Yes, I did.
She did just say cock, and we did all just laugh at it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Luke. Was you going to say something, Luke?
There's a question that I thought if we don't cover it.
Yeah, go for it, mate.
No, I've got all the questions. I've got all the questions pinned, and I've got all the questions down. But I don't know if you want to read the one. But let's answer some questions.
The one I noticed is, Luke, what if Amazon jump on one of your listings and you've dominated and purchased a 400 in stock? It's a good question, actually, because obviously that's something I have to be thinking of all the time, thinking, what if? Because, you know, you have to be adaptive to what would happen, what scenario you would sort of create if it happened. But actually, over the years, I've not had one product that I've sold in volume that Amazon have ever jumped on the listing, ever. Not that back in, you know, when I started selling in the first year of my Amazon and, you know, I was selling sort of those standard online arbitrage products, not that Amazon did it then, they probably did. But anything related to like my volume product, let's say over 50 or 100 units, I've never ever had it. And I normally always check the keeper data, and I never really, if I ever see Amazon have been on the listing, I probably won't sell the product. I'm not, you know, what I do as well as I run everything quite secure. So out of all the products I could have ever probably sold, I probably have sold only I'm probably selling 5 or 10% at any one time. But really, I could have sold 100. But I'm just trying to make sure that I'm selling the sort of the safest products to fit the situation I'm in, and then tailor that niche specific area to me and maximize that. And you know, there's so many products on Amazon that actually you don't need to, you know, sort of spread yourself across that risk. You know, thinking, oh, I need the product, and I'll Amazon have been on every 3 or 4 months. You don't actually need that. You can just play it safe and just triple down on that section of the business, and that is where the value is. And so yeah, I've never actually had that.
No, absolutely. And that's one thing, especially during Q4, that Luke and I are going to be covering in quite a lot of detail, really deep dive into all of the data, in particular, what Luke looks at differently. Like I said, Luke and I have different strategies. So we do look at things in different ways, but between us, you know, covering the data, diving deep into the data, we'll be able to look at all different angles from you. I've got a question from Luke. By the way, I literally got my phone open at the same time. There are people messaging me. I can't obviously answer the questions, answer the messaging, but I've noticed that a few people are really struggling with the link. I don't know why. So can we keep posting the link? Some people can't pay. Who's the best person to speak to, Matt? Is it Holly?
Holly Pebbles. If you message Holly Pebbles, she will sort you out.
Just a few people that are having trouble with that. Luke's asked the question, now, when you create a new multi-pack bundle of an existing product, which is currently selling as 1 unit, and you want to sell it as a multi-pack, say, of 6 units, do you normally just add the new quantity option to the existing listing, or do you create a totally new fresh listing for the 6 units? I personally create a new fresh listing, and that's the way I'll be teaching it. We will be covering variants at some point, but sometimes Amazon won't allow you to add anything to a very, very strong existing listing. There's a possibility that they might merge your new listing with said original listing at some point and turn it into a new variant listing. But to be perfectly honest, for me, if I've picked the right products, I've done the right level of research, and I know for sure, and I've ticked all the boxes, I prefer to go for a listing in its own right, and that's perfectly acceptable on Amazon terms of service.
Nat, can I just say something? I've just remembered, right? Something we've not mentioned as well. I spoke to Mark Hawley from Passive Tax today, and he has agreed to do, I'm not going to say regular as in like every week, but he's agreed to do kind of multiple live kind of, I don't want to call them training sessions, but like Q&As and tax stuff. So if you don't know who Mark Hawley is, Hawley from
Elite Sellers.
In the Elite Sellers.
You've like literally not told us this.
I know. Sorry. I spoke to him earlier. Huh?
That's pretty major.
Yeah, big time. So Mark is going to happily jump on, and so as a side benefit, it's only like a secondary bonus. Mark from Passive Tax, who is the only UK-based Amazon exclusive accountant that I would trust. Never mind, I don't know of any others, but the only one that I would trust to know this business model inside and out. It's all he does. All of Mark's clients, probably some of you guys already are, all of Mark's clients are Amazon sellers, UK Amazon sellers. So I think he maybe has got 1 or 2, I don't know, but like they're all. So, and he's agreed to do live Q&As and sessions with Nat, Luke, in ESA. So that's a nice little side benefit that I've just shared with Nat, but I'm meaning to ask him. I've asked him, he said yes. So I'm not saying he's going to be on every month or anything like that, but he is going to be on. So,
well, you've kind of, I mean, that's amazing. Like I said, that's actually news to me and Luke right now. But the idea is also over time, so you've kind of given away one of the future things, is we will be bringing other people in at some point in the future for Elite Sellers Academy as well. So, Luke and I have got such a strong grip on knowledge in Amazon and other areas. But if there's an area that we don't really know, being part of the Elite Sellers community, we're going to invite other people in. We're going to invite other people in to talk about those other areas, to train on those other areas and things like that. So rest assured, that is absolutely something that is going to develop with the Elite Sellers community as well.
But I tell you what, I personally would pay more than £69 to have half an hour asking Mark Hawley questions about Amazon related tax issues. Like, I would pay that just for that. So the fact that you've got weekly training, in-depth training, and motivational coaching calls and accountability sessions and the vault and the private Facebook community, plus the live guests, and this pair who are not bad little sellers alone. I don't know if I'm pointing the right way. It's the right way on my screen. Is it the right way? These guys are good people. I have had the pleasure of knowing and working with Natalie for ages now, and she just gets better with time. Like she just gets better with time. Like the longer you get to know her, the more she kind of opens up, and the more more value you get. And she's just a top person. But like Luke, I've known Luke for years now. Maybe I've known Luke a little bit longer than Natalie. I'm not sure. I think I met you first, didn't I, Luke?
It was at that pub first Christmas party when there's a couple of hundred people in the Secret Wealth Project Facebook group.
Yeah, there we go. So when there was, I mean, it's a 26,000 person strong community now, the Secret Wealth Project is, but when it was just a couple hundred people, Luke Dugan came to the Christmas party that we put on. So we put a bit of a Christmas party on, which we've done most years. I think we skipped one year, and God knows about this year. Probably going to have to skip this one because of COVID. But I've known Luke forever. These are good people. They know their stuff. They're not your fake gurus. They're not going to sit there and go, yeah, we're making gazillion pounds a minute and we're driving Lambos, and they're going to try and get you to sell some dog poo from China. They are legit, and they are legit doing this business model at the highest levels. Like I say, there's probably bigger sellers out there for sure. I'm sure there is. There's bigger everything. But they are amongst the most innovative, most successful sellers that I know. And I know a lot of people in this game, let me tell you. So, yeah, I just wanted to add that. So, yeah, Mark Hall is going to be in. I would pay that just for that. Never mind time to ask and pick these guys' brains anytime you want, day and night. Just put a question in the group. They're not going to leave it, folks. When you're paying them monthly, they're not going to leave the questions. The key is you're getting mentorship, you're getting training, you're getting support, you're getting special guests, you're getting everything you could ever need to take your business to the next level, and then both doing it. They're not talkers. They're not dreamers. They're not fakers. They're doing it, and they've been doing it years, and anyone in the community knows that as well. So I know you guys don't need me to say that, but I thought I would, because they're not going to say it about themselves. They're good people. Well worth sucking and see.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you. Just picking up on what you said about, because I know Ray asked it earlier and he's asked it again. Yeah, the Christmas thing, unfortunately, we will be bringing it back. We will, 100%. OA Summit will be coming back. You know, things like that. They will be coming back. The in-person stuff, we really can't do anything about. We don't want to be encouraging meetups and things like that. At the moment, you know, with everything that's going on, especially coming into what could be like a second wave, and yes, there's going to be lots of networking opportunities, no doubt about that whatsoever. So, you know, and that's all going to be part of the Elite Sellers, but we do that as part of Secret Wealth Project anyway as well. So let's jump back into the questions. So Jane says, when creating new listings, how are you driving traffic to that new listing, or are you relying on keywords and a well-designed listing? Absolutely. That's what we're doing. It's all about research. It's all about identifying the right type of products and spotting gaps in the market and opportunities where we can exploit those high in demand products. So absolutely. We do use paid advertising for certain things, and, you know, paid advertising. I mean, what a mindful on Amazon. That's something that's going to be covered in the Elite Sellers Academy, most definitely. Marlene said, I'd like to know more, but I've just started selling a year ago. Am I all right to join? Yes, you are, Marlene. So I know I've trained you as well previously. So yeah, you're good. Jed says, great question, Jane. I was going to ask Nat about PPC campaigns. Absolutely. Something that's going to be covered in the Elite Sellers Academy. Terry wants to know, what is FBA? Had to read that one out. Let's see. I'm just trying to think.
I think I'm a sicko, you know. So it's been deleted. I think someone moderated it away, but somebody called me a hype man, and that should be an insult. And I was like, oh, I like that.
Oh, sorry, I was sort of like, oh.
Love it.
Oh, never mind.
I'm so extra.
So extra. You're all about the flexing, definitely. So Corinne says, if our Amazon was going better, sounds good. Only been going since May. You know, as I said, it's a situation that it's not going to suit everyone. It's slightly different. You know, we're here for you in the Secret Wealth Project, here for you on Never Mind the Buy Box, here for you in Luke's group. You know, rest assured, don't worry about that. I know that there's some more questions, more problems with payments. There's so many comments. I just have to kind of keep scrolling through them. I've definitely been spotted. Has anyone else seen any questions. I know someone said something about where do you purchase your barcodes for bundles? GS1. So we used to buy a few years ago maybe secondhand barcodes for certain types of generic kind of bundles, but to be perfectly honest now, I really can't recommend anything other than GS1. They're a little bit on the, well, I say the pricey side. I think membership to GS1 is £119 per year, so you do have to pay that to have access to the GS1 barcodes. However, it's totally worth it, especially if you're going to be creating bundles and, you know, new listings and things like that. But there's you know, there's other areas and other things that we can look at as well. Let's just have a look. So I need to go through. Manish says, are you going to share your strategies and how to buy in bulk? That's for you, Luke. Yeah, you will, won't you?
And the great thing about actually what I do as well is that, like, one, there's plenty of products because I saw some sort of a comment earlier, maybe they're here, maybe they're not, saying, you know, won't these strategies that we tell people sort of become saturated because everyone will do it? Well, the great thing about what I do anyway, that I know about it, is that there's plenty of volume products out there because they're normally overlooked anyway. So people aren't really quite aware of what really is available when you start looking at that kind of area. You know, everyone's used to the sort of fixed sort of, you know, 20,000 a month, £3 profit. When you start sort of pulling away from those areas, you start to open up a whole new, you know, whatever market almost. And there's thousands of products on Amazon. You really don't have to worry. And it's not even like we're going to be going, look, this is this lead. Go and buy. You know, we're not going to go tell everyone what to do. It's like finding your own fit almost to that strategy. It's not like, here's a strategy, go and do it. Everyone's going to be doing the same. It's fitting your business to that strategy, which is going to be different to someone else's. And that's a really good thing about it. And as well, like, you know, like I said about building the Bible and all that, it takes time as well. It takes time. So you're not all from day one saying you're going to just have it, you know, everyone's got the same products and you're all selling it and then everyone, you know, is a race to the bottom. That doesn't actually happen because you all build your list or your Bible or whatever you're aiming to do on that day or that month differently to each other. And then as you expand and build on it over the longer term, that's where the true value for you actually comes into it, not the product itself, but the data that you accumulate from your products is the most valuable part because that gives you a true representation of the actual value or the profit value of those products that other people probably won't have. And it takes months sometimes to accrue that data to actually see what something's worth, which is not going to be the same as anything else.
Cool. There's going to be so many different strategies, so many different things. Pardon?
I was like, oh, we've been here 2 hours. I shouldn't have gone so intense in that, but yeah, you know.
No, that is what, oh my goodness, that is what, well, I was going to say, we're both kind of guilty on that. We dive deep on stuff. You know, don't be surprised, guys. A bit of a, you know, like kind of spoiler alert. Something that you might think maybe is quite simple on Amazon. You know, Luke and I, and not because we overtalk it or anything like that, but we're both quite analytical people. We like to take certain things, pull them apart, put them back together, you know, do a little bit of hacking, find a little different way around it. So it may well be, you know, there might be a training session. I'm just trying to think of something, you know, quite sort of like maybe simple on Amazon, but we might look at it in a slightly different way. You know, we're already talking about the, you know, the sales data and things like that for Q4. You know, this isn't going to be, they're not going to be 5-minute sessions where we say, right, well, drops in the keeper chart mean a sale. You know, we're really going to dive deep and give you, you know, over the shoulder view of, you know, all the analytics and, you know, not just that, all of the data. But yeah, I don't think we can ever apologize for, you know, going into kind of too much detail. You know, it's pretty fascinating. When it comes to Amazon, selling on Amazon, the area that I liken it to, it's like the stock market, I think, when it comes to buying the products and all the data you have to kind of analyze and look into. So, you know, we're going to be having your backs on that, definitely. So a few more people. Oh, I've got a good question here. So, Nat, I've only ever jumped onto existing listings. Will you lead us through creating an effective new listing on Amazon in the course? Well, in the elite sellers. Yes, creating listings. For those that did my advanced Amazon seller course, if I didn't say it enough, creating listings is one of my favorite things to do. Second only to never mind the buy box when it comes to Amazon. I love the creative process. I love everything about creating listings on Amazon, and I really do, go deep into those. So yeah, definitely.
Luke is going to buy a new mic as well, isn't he?
Is it really actually me?
I don't know. I mean, it's definitely you, mate, but I don't know if it's your mic or if it's some kind of feedback coming back, but we'll sort that out, won't we? We'll get that sorted one way or another.
Well, I would have used my computer, but when I shipped it to Lithuania, the whole thing's broken, so I had to resort to this. But yeah, I can sort it out. It's not problem.
Yeah, we get Luke a new mic. Listen, something that I thought I should mention about Luke, right? Luke, where are you?
Lithuania.
Lithuania, that's another country, but you were born in the UK.
Yeah, so I moved over here. It's basically just sort of northeastern Europe at the moment.
How long have you been there?
About 7 weeks now. 7 weeks.
And how's that? What effect is that having on your business?
I love it here. So I love it here because I've outsourced the hands-on side of my business. I've got to a point, definitely with the volume, because I'm able to focus on that. I can, just as an example, if you can make 15 grand profit a month, even if you spend 7 grand, which is a lot on prep, it doesn't matter because you still got that 7 left. That's kind of where I'm going with it, not making 3 grand profit off a little bit, but then once you start getting your prep and your cost taken out of it, you start to sort of go, oh, okay, so I'm more focusing on that larger number, but that then allows me to move and do something like this. And then I can focus my time and energy on actually compounding what I can do best is the volume and building the systems to maximize that.
Yeah. So basically, you've moved to Lithuania 7 weeks ago, and It's had no negative impact on your business. I dare say your business is probably growing. Is it, Luke?
Exactly. Yeah. So now that I know what I'm focusing on, which is maximizing my lines, my stock, looking at the data. Obviously, now I'm not. You're not like sort of, you haven't got, oh, I need to do the prep, I've got to do that. Because obviously you've got to, that's the things that makes us sell. But now I don't have to do that. Well, what am I going to focus on? Maximizing my sales, maximizing my profits.
So the point I was trying to get to, and hopefully other people have seen where I was going with this, is Luke has literally set up a volume OA business, which is not easy in itself, and outsourced the entire thing near enough. Like, day to day, I don't imagine you have to do all that much if you don't want to, do you, Luke?
Yeah, so as the great thing about this as well, like buying 100 of a product or 1,000 of a product takes no more effort than buying 10. I don't have to be buying, finding all these new leads, 10 here, 10 here, 10 here. I can just do 1,000 in one go. So the effort in that is almost insignificant. So when people used to say, how can you do all that by yourself and all that kind of thing? Well, I only spend half an hour a day doing it or whatever, because, the volume, I just buy 1,000 times 20 and takes half an hour and that's it. You don't have to go and find 20,000 lines with five units of stock or something.
Yeah. What I find, a lot of people create a little job for themselves when they get into that OA game. They think, well, I'm going to prep everything myself. I'm going to source the stock myself. I'm going to do this to myself. I'm going to do that myself. And they end up just running the fingers to a bone, running themselves ragged, and then think, I'm working really hard and not making much money at this. But what Luke does is the total opposite. He has got literally the definition of like the perfect remotely run volume business that he doesn't really have to do much to run. And the bits he does do could probably be outsourced if he wanted to anyway.
Yeah, like 75%. I'm not looking for the next deal tomorrow. So you don't have to worry about what product. You literally you're focusing on what you've already all the data you've already got. So outsourcing, it's a lot easier with what you already know than stuff you don't know.
So everything that Luke knows about this, he's going to share with you in the Elite Sellers Academy. So whether you want to be a volume seller or you want to be a more creative, high profit seller like Nat, you've got everything covered, and it's all advanced strategies. Look, most of you guys already know Vanilla OA. Vanilla OA is easy. Get OAD, get BuyBot Pro, get Profit Protector Pro, shameless plug, and then That's easy. You do that and you'll make money. You'll make money and it'll be great and you'll enjoy it and it's fun. But if you want to take things next level, then these guys have got the keys to that castle. So again, I don't want to be accused of being hype, man, although I am hyped. I love doing these more than anything else on earth. I look forward to this so much. But look, listen, if you want to learn this game at the advanced levels, these are your teachers. For the price, they're not selling a $3,000 course here. They could do. Imagine high volume and high profit OA businesses, advanced strategies. It could have been a $1,000 course, could have been a $2,000 course, could have been a $3,000 course without the mentorship, without the support. You're getting it all for a tiny price.
And the great thing I say as well is that it's not like you have to be given something or you have to do it a fixed way. Like finding that perfect blend between sort of what Natalie does and what I do. Like that's the, you know, you can blend it to fit you as well. You know, if you prefer certain things, you can go more towards that. If you prefer other things, you can go towards that.
Yeah. Absolutely. And just to reiterate, because I know we've got some more questions and I really want to answer some of these questions. The final thing that I want to say, just with what Luke and Matt were saying there, is there's so many different strategies. There are so many different strategies, but I don't want people to think that we're going to be shoving shiny object syndrome at them. Oh, do this or do this or do this. What we're doing is we're going to highlight everything. We want you to try everything and find what works for you. Luke is the first person to say he's absolutely tried everything. And it's only now, after 4 years, only now you found your absolute true path. So, you know, that's what we want to do. We want to lay all the opportunities out in front of you. Like I said, the first quarter is going to be all about Q4. We're not going to deviate from that. I'll be completely honest. I'll tell you guys this. We'd already planned the first quarter to cover Luke's style of arbitrage, you know, training. But Luke and I sat down and we were like, do you know what? We're being a little bit irresponsible here. We don't want to send off people on potentially a different path, what would be a really good traditional kind of OA kind of Q4. But what we want to be able to do is give you guys all of the support, motivation and the strategies that you need to be able to do to take Q4 to a really, really great level. So we are going to be concentrating on Q4 in Q4 because that's where we think the attention's needed. So, right. Claire says, this is really important, and I want to highlight this one actually. Seen the Amazon news today that they are changing the policy around multi-packs that are not created by the manufacturer. I've also seen some of them are being removed as a result. I'm kind of nervous around multi-packs, should I be? This is a bit of a minefield. Now, if there's new news today, I'll be honest, I might not have potentially seen that. So if there's something that's come out today, I've literally been, you know, up to here with, you know, making sure everything was working for tonight and that. So if there's brand new news, I might need to look at that. But if you're talking about the news of multi-packs that kind of came out yesterday about the price, the fair pricing thing, I don't want to not make light of it, but that has actually been around for quite a long time already. And for those that don't know, it's basically Amazon come out and said, look, we don't want you creating multi-packs and lifting up the price too much for charging more than what you would pay for a single unit. But that's actually been around for a really long time. It's part of the fair pricing policy of part of Amazon. Amazon. I've got where I was there. Part of Amazon. So it's part of that anyway. So don't be kind of scared of it. 2, it's very ambiguous. What I mean by that is that what sort of single price are we talking about? Are we talking about a single price that Amazon sells it at? Are we talking a single price of what Boots sells it at? Are we talking about a single price of what Tesco sells it at? You know, it's very, very ambiguous. And the only thing that we can do is kind of carry on as we do, but make sure that we don't take the mick, if that makes sense. So if we're finding products on Amazon that maybe cost £2 to buy and it's selling for £6 on Amazon, if you were to create a 2-pack of that, in my experience, selling that for £12 because the single item being sold on Amazon is £6 is completely relevant. And do the maths, obviously, buying it for 4, selling it for 12, then there's generally going to be some profit in that. Now, Amazon's forever changing. They're always changing their terms of service. And again, 100% another reason for this. With my advanced Amazon seller course, there was a change, a big change that was made in to do with bundles and things like that. And, you know, that's why I went back to the course and, been updating the guys on it. But obviously with the Elite Sellers Academy, this is going to be something that if there's a change and it's quite immediate, I can go just live in the group quickly, or we can, talk about it on the Thursday, as in it's always going to be kind of, no more than a few days at a date, if that makes sense. So hopefully that makes sense. But never put your price higher than the product that it's previously sold at. Okay, just looking for some more questions. Sign up link. Simon says, on a serious note, will you be giving away the tips that came out of the paid for advanced course? Well, as you know, because I've already spoken to some of the guys about this, there are things that are going to cross over naturally because obviously it's what I teach. However, the advanced course was very much my style of selling. So one of the areas we covered in the advanced course was replenishables. Now, Luke does something similar, but he does it in a very different way. So we're going to be looking at that from Luke's point of view. So as far as I'm concerned, that's very new information because it's very different strategies, if that makes sense. So things like that's what it's going to be. So there's always going to be new information in the advanced course. I talked a lot about bundling. Yes, that is something that definitely will be covered in the Elite Sellers Academy, most definitely. And I also know that someone put a question on here as well. Chat, nat. I also put, I know, because I feel like constantly talking. Someone put, well, if we're all doing the same kind of strategies, is it not going to get saturated? No, you're going to be creating your own opportunities. You're going to be looking at things in a different way. Can't remember exactly. I've been kind of teaching this stuff. I'm not going to say in secret because it makes it sound shady. But Luke's been teaching this stuff. I've been teaching this stuff. I've had a course and things like that. So we're already teaching people, and it's not saturated, if that makes sense already. And it's constantly evolving as well. So things change all the time. Someone might stick with something. Someone might do something slightly different. Someone might look at something in a different way. So I don't think it will get saturated, especially if you're in charge of creating your own opportunities.
It is the thing as well, right? It's not fixed stuff. It's not fixed content. You're not buying a course. It's evolving content. So as Natalie and Luke evolve their businesses, and as they change and find new strategies, they'll share them with you. So if something did start to feel a bit like, this has fell off a little bit, the beauty of this is it's not fixed. You're not buying a book that was written years ago. You are buying interaction. You are buying coaching, mentorship. You are buying their innovative minds and what they can find out and who they know and how everything being dumped into your brain on a real-time basis. So if for some reason a strategy did start to get a bit stale, well, then it just changes and you get taught something else. But just because they spoke about 2 or 3 main strategies tonight, like there's loads of strategies. Like that's just a tiny tip of the iceberg. There's so much more. But obviously, we didn't want to make more than an hour or two's worth of content tonight. So we need to save that for a little bit down the line.
Yeah, that's a really good point as well. Because it's constant as things definitely evolve. And this is the first time I've kind of really said it. Saying this, and I feel like it's a really appropriate time to say this. The more the time that's going on, the less I'm kind of leaving traditional OA where it is really. The more I dive into creating my own opportunities, the further I go into that, the more I'm kind of uncovering new opportunities. Luke's doing the same as well. We're not saying that that we're never going to sell vanilla OA. There is definitely a time and place for it. 100%. And if you can factor loads of these different strategies into your business, then you're just absolutely going to have a winner. But everyone kind of knows how to copy and paste the title, to use the BuyBot Pro manual accelerator. Everyone kind of knows that we're going to be looking at different stuff. Luke's going to be diving into wholesale. I don't know if I should have said that, but you know what I mean.
Someone did ask the question, do you cover wholesale? So it kind of fits.
Oh, really? Okay, so I didn't even see that question. As we learn more and more and more, as we're constantly learning, you're going to be learning it over the show. And do you know what? There's even going to be things, which I'm not going to say specifically what it is, that I'm going to do completely over the shoulder, where I'm going to show you, you know, startup process to finish. And do you know what? It might end up failing, but at least you've seen like the full process. And sometimes that can be way more valuable, you know, than, hey, look at this, we're doing this. That's what that's what the Elite Sellers Academy is going to be about. It's, you know, as we learn stuff, you're going to learn stuff as well.
Are the weekly sessions going to be on a Thursday?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Will they be recorded?
Yeah, absolutely. It's this technology. I mean, I know loads of people asked about if this was going to be recorded tonight, and we've never had it go wrong, but we can't always say yes 100%. You know, but with the Elite Sellers Academy, if a session doesn't record, we just have to do it again. It's, you know, it's as simple as that.
Yeah. Hopefully a replay of this will be available if you guys maybe tuned in late and you want to catch up. Like, we're hoping a replay will be available and it'll be in this group. But obviously we're not sure. But I don't think we've only used StreamYard a handful of times. We've not used it that long or for this long a thing. So who knows? But hopefully we'll have a replay up, won't we, Nat?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we nearly broke the internet at one point, you know, with the amount of people. There's still over 100 people watching this now, which is just absolutely mad, you know. So
we love you guys. We love the fact that you chose to spend your evening with us. It really means a lot. It really does.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone also said, I told you I've got a good memory. I'm not even watching this. I tend to remember it. Someone said, will we be covering stuff to do with VAs in the group? Yes, we will. That's going to be great.
I think what we didn't communicate tonight is the idea of this really is, I mean, I'm not saying you're never going to want to buy a course again. No. But what I'm saying is, with regards to Amazon selling, you're probably never going to have to. So whether you do buy somebody's course is up to you, but you're never going to have to. What you're going to get is VA training. You're going to get outsourcing everything and VA training. You're going to get wholesale. You're going to get RA. I imagine you're going to go into RA at some point, aren't you, Nat and Luke?
Yep.
Yeah, RA, OA, and the more advanced branches of all of those things and everything else. So it's a one-stop shop, really. And over time, people will be like, oh, my God, that is so valuable, because every training, I don't know how they're going to do this, but every training, Nat said, is going to get turned into a PDF. So each week, it's
it's going to be like, say for instance, we did a session on, like, off the top of my head, like reconciling, so ensuring that you're not missing out on your refunds and things like that. You know, really diving deep into that. You know, there's going to be a guide on how to do that as well, if that makes sense. But again, as the group progresses, some of the things I want to be able to do is to do the transcripts type thing. But that's not going to be at the start. And that's important for people to understand as well. And that's why the price is going to be lower at the start as well. As more time goes on, because I know someone answered the question about, can I join later on? Absolutely. No questions. And you will get access to all of the content, but it's also going to cost more, because the longer this goes on, the more the price will go up. And that's genuine, because it's not fair. Someone on day one, you know, paying the same as someone that joins 12 months later and getting all that previous information. So, you know, that absolutely, that's not false scarcity or anything like that. It's just common sense.
The price of this is going up in 7 days. Never mind 7 months. In 7 months, it might be double or triple. Who knows? But you guys won't pay more. You guys will be grandfathered in. So basically, if you pay 69 plus VAT tonight, that's all you'll ever pay, as long as you remember. But somebody 12 months from now might be paying 299 plus VAT. Who knows where the journey will take us? But it's an exciting one, and we're so glad.
Another point as well, again, not false scarcity. We may limit numbers at some point.
Yeah, I can see that being a thing, because obviously, as the group increases in size, you're going to want some exclusivity in there, built into there, but then the price will have to go up with that as well. So again, not false scarcity or anything. Look, join or don't join it. If you think you'll get value from it, join up. If you don't, then don't. Hopefully, either way, you've got value from tonight and you've enjoyed it. We've enjoyed it. So if it's for you, sign up. And don't wait. Because in 7 days, it goes up to £99 plus VAT to join. And then who knows thereafter.
I'm not sure who asked the question. Someone said something about because they're in the middle of training with Luke, and that's absolutely fine. But obviously, Luke's training is 1-to-1 with him. This is obviously going to be in this format. It's group coaching. It is very, very different. 1-to-1 is obviously something where you get to specifically have all of that person's attention directed on you. So it is going to be different in that respect. But obviously, you are going to be having our attention. But it's 1-to-1. It's different.
Well, imagine it's like this. Like but a more intimate setting. If you got like 30 people on a live call, for example, then whatever questions you've got are going to get answered. They're not going to ignore you. They're going to get answered. So you're going to basically have a mentor / coach to ask any questions you want on an ongoing basis, plus the community that are going to be a great community as well. It'd be worth it just for the community. People keep asking about the annual price, if it'll be available down the road. No, this annual price is just for the next 7 days. After that, the annual price will be going up, including the monthly price will be going up. So if you want to lock in the annual price, you've got to do it this week. If you don't mind paying more, then you can sign up later. But no.
Yeah, I mean, I can probably say, I mean, you can do the maths. Obviously, you've got 2 months free at £69. When it goes up to £99, the new annual price will probably be what, 998 or something like that. Whatever the maths is. Look at me, Carol Vorderman.
Yeah. So when it's 99, you're basically, if you pay annually, you get 12 months for the price of 10. But if you look at it another way, what would it cost you to have mentorship with somebody at their level, like per year, if you're going to pay that? I don't know people that do mentorship for less than like thousands and thousands of pounds, usually like £8,000. I've seen some guys pay for 24 grand in the property world, £24,000 to have a mentor for a year. And that's not some top mentor of the year. That's just a random guy from somebody's team. So like this, it's a no-brainer. It really is.
I think Andre said he's spreading himself too thin on the cost side of things, and we do get that 100%. And they're really we don't do this. We want people to do this. We believe in this. We believe it is going. I'm not going to, me. I'm a bit soft on the old sales side of things. Normally, I'm like, oh no, it's all right. You don't have to purchase, and yes, you don't have to purchase, of course. But at the end of the day, this is a different level of investment. You're actually investing in yourself, and at the cost of what would be. We were talking about this earlier, weren't we? That, I live down in Bournemouth, and we got some fancy smancy kind of cinemas down here. If me, Matt, and the kids go out to the cinema once a month, it's like 70, 80 quid, that type of thing. That's the equivalent. Yes, that's family time. But instead of going to the cinema, have a movie night on a Friday night, get some popcorn in and watch an old film on Sky and, invest that money in yourself instead. Does that make sense?
Yeah. What's the cost of this? This is an investment in your own business and in your growth. Whereas you could waste the money. You could go out for a meal or two, go cinema or whatever, or you could grow your business. You could do it on your own. You can do this stuff on your own, but the stuff they're going to teach you won't easily find anywhere. I've not seen it anywhere. So you could figure it out, do it the hard way. But how long does it take? A year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years? Do you ever figure it out? That's the thing.
And by the time, this sounds really super mean, and I'm not a meanie, but it's so true. By the time you've figured out the stuff that Luke and I have already figured out, we've moved on.
Yeah. They get there, they'll be like, yeah, let's implement it. And they're like, what's happened? They're like, well, they get there. What's going on? Like, yeah, we stopped doing that, like, years ago. We've moved, we've changed, we've adapted. Yeah.
I just wanted to answer this one, actually. It was Nick who said, so if you pay annually and you lock it in, now we haven't discussed this, but I'm just going to say it because we're grandfathering the price. If you pay, yes, that will be what it is next year, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, absolutely. So we like to lock in prices this way on, whether it's software or blooming things like this. We like to reward people buying earlier rather than later. It's cool if you buy later. You buy when you're ready, that's fine. But we like to reward people. So yeah, if you lock in the annual price now, you'll get the annual price next year as well.
Alison said, how do we find out who's in the top 10? You know what we're going to do? We're going to do a top of the pop star rundown. At 40, it was, no, I'm only joking. No, we're not going to do that. We'll let you know. We'll let you know. Probably not this evening, but probably sometime tomorrow.
Well, Luke's in Lithuania and he's 2 hours ahead, and I'm really conscious that he's looking a bit like he's on his last legs, bless him.
I actually slept in a little longer this morning, knowing that I would be working later. That's kind of how I played it.
Look at that! What a lovely thing to be able to do, to be able to lie in. That's the life. Traveling the world as a digital nomad, able to sleep in if he wants to. Freedom.
Do you know what? We've literally been working our little socks off on this week, and this is where a lot of my focus is going to go moving forward. I'm still going to be supporting at the same level the Secret Wealth community, of course. But one thing's for sure: if you send me a message, I'm probably not going to answer it tomorrow. But I'm having a day off tomorrow.
You worked hard, bless you. You both have. We've all been working so hard on tonight's presentation this week to bring it you, because we probably needed a few weeks to do it. And did we basically smash it in a week? Yeah,
we did. And, for us, I think we've all got that kind of perfection kind of thing, but we decided, I'm always happy to be open and honest with people, is, we kind of decided last minute to kind of launch it now. I didn't think we would be launching this week. I knew it was going to be September, but obviously, we felt it was the right time with the kids going back to school and people's focusing changing. And, that's why.
Didn't you think your kids were going to go back to school a week before they did?
Yeah.
So we thought we'd got extra time to put it all together. We didn't. Yeah. And we were going to put it off till, I think, October. And then we were like, come on. We were
like, we want to be starting before Q4, officially starts. We want to crack on. And yes, the presentation, I don't know. I don't know how it went for people, but yes, the training, that it may not have been perfect tonight, but you know what? That's what we're going to be talking about. Actions better than perfection,
Yeah. Well, it's coming up for 2.5 hours. I know there might be a few questions that we've missed or whatever, but we should really think about wrapping it up. So I don't know if you want to answer a few more questions now, or if we call it a night or what.
Let's do quick fire. Harminder says, is there any content available on the website at the moment? Well, if we're talking about Elite Sellers Academy, no. It's going to be content as we're going. So a lot of people sort of saying night and signing off. Thank you so much, guys, for watching of those. Link's gone up. Tarim says, can you get a bundle of the softwares in the academy? Not something we've discussed.
No, we can't do that. Obviously, what we're doing here with Elite Sellers Academy is totally different to what we do with the software side of things. Obviously, I have partners on the software. We've not discussed it. It's not something, so it's not anything we've agreed or anything. So if it was up to me, I'd be like, yeah, let's do it. But I can't. And we've got to respect the fact that people are locked in paying whatever price they're paying. And, so it's just too difficult for us to. Sorry about that.
David says, can you not have time-sensitive data that gets removed after 60 days, for example? Possibly. We are going to kind of take this every step at a time. Luke and I have not delivered training in this format before. Whatever will be kind of thing. We're not saying no. We're not saying yes to anything in particular. If we feel, certainly any content that goes out of date and becomes irrelevant, we're going to get rid of that. We're not going to leave that in there, of course. But yeah, time sensitive stuff, absolutely. If it's not relevant anymore, definitely. We'll be paying the same. A few payment questions. Do you know what? If we haven't answered payments questions, obviously we're open for the next 7 days. So make sure that you contact myself, Luke, Matt, or Holly, and we can get those issues. Loads of people saying they're in, so brilliant. We really look forward to seeing you guys in the new Elite.
Just if it's about payments, just contact Holly. Don't contact me because I haven't got a clue. I wouldn't know where to start. I'm no good at that stuff. So Ollie or Nat or Luke, but Ollie will end up helping us. Very bless you.
Yeah, actually, to be fair, we'll probably all direct them to Holly anyway.
We are gonna. That's what I was thinking. Don't send them to me now. I'm going to send it to Ollie anyway. We just message Ollie, she'll sort it out. But I think she's been helping people tonight anyway. If there's any people still struggling, don't worry, we'll get you fixed up. But like Nat says, you've got a whole 7 days to lock in this price. So if you've not managed to buy yet, or you're on the fence, or you need to sleep on it, or whatever, then you can always have a think. You've got the next few days to decide. So.
Very, very quickly, a few people asked about what time the sessions are going to be, whether there's going to be recording. We will have a fixed time on a Thursday every week. It will either be 7 or 8. We haven't 100% decided that. Obviously, Luke is in Lithuania 2 hours ahead, so I do want to take that into account as well. There will be other times where training might be, you know, on like a Wednesday or something, but regularly, and the reason we're doing it for a very specific reason is to build consistency with people, knowing 8 o'clock on a Thursday every single week, or 7 o'clock, or whatever it's going to be, you're there for your training. Yeah, we're not going to kick you out if you don't join the training, obviously, but this really is important to building consistency within your business, knowing that if you do miss that one session, there might be one thing in there that might transform your business. We want as many people as possible to be able to have eyes on live that training. I appreciate sometimes it's not going to work for everybody, but as the academy develops, we'll certainly be looking at different options. You know, if it means introducing an afternoon session or something like that. Yeah, we're going to look at everything. Don't worry. I think that's it for most of the questions. I'm really, really sorry if we haven't answered any of them, but of course you can either post them in the group and we can answer them. Secret Wealth Projects as well, you can post them in there or post them in Luke's group or whatever. We can get those answered for you. I feel like there was something else I needed to say and I can't remember what it is.
Well, while you're thinking of that, Nat, because it'll come back to you while I speak, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody that stayed this long. Still 89 people live, which is amazing for a Facebook Live. We've had over 200 people. Like, I think maybe we tickled 250 people or something live, all simultaneously, which you do not see very often. Even the top marketers in the world don't have audiences like that on your everyday life. So we appreciate like so much that you spent your time with us. I really, from the bottom of my heart, so I'm so thankful that you did. We love doing this stuff. The live training is the best stuff. We can't see you in person. We've met up once or twice this year. You know what we're like. We do live events. We do Christmas meals. We do all kinds of stuff here in SWP. And maybe we can carry that over into Elite Sellers Academy as well. So more excuses to meet up. But not right now because of obvious reasons. But we are super thankful that you did join us. And if you're watching on the replay and you've watched this far, we're thankful that you watched this far as well. Because you could have been doing something else. So hopefully you got some value from it. Hopefully you had some fun and enjoyed it. And even if it was just the energy from the night and just the buzz and the excitement, if that's all you got from it, then I don't know. That's probably a positive thing because there's been only positive vibes tonight. It's been a real good bunch. I know I warned you guys in the early on to behave yourselves. And I'm happy to say, as far as I'm aware, I've not seen any naughtiness. So thanks so much for being respectful of Natalie, Luke's time. And yeah, just a massive thank you for you guys for being so awesome. And I can't wait to see how you guys' businesses grow that have joined the Elite Sellers Academy. And even if you're not gonna, still can't wait to watch you guys grow in the SWP and the Mr. FBA. So yeah. Thanks so much, folks.
Thank you very much. Well, I think I'm going to say good night as well, and then obviously I'll let Luke talk. So everyone from the comments is a bit like, okay, yeah, thanks guys. You're still here? Yeah, no, we're going now. We're absolutely going.
Yeah, thanks for us as well. It's been great.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, really just want to thank everyone again. And yeah, it really does mean something. And we're really looking forward to getting started. Any questions, let us know in the group. I know you guys, I can't read out as many people saying thanks and things like that. And, you know, congratulations to the people that have joined tonight. You know, well done. And I really don't mean that in a patronizing way. You know, well done. We're really looking forward to getting started.
Yes, it's going to be great fun.
Okay, that's it.
Until first session, so yeah, not long to wait.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks so much, guys. Remember, you've got until next Thursday. So Thursday the 17th, is it?
Yeah.
Thursday 17th, I think 7 p.m. or 6:59 p.m. to get in on this. So if you're on the fence, if you're not decided yet, that's okay. Take your time. There's no pressure. And for you guys that do get in on this, congratulations, well done. Can't wait to see you smash it. And for you guys that are going to get in on this, well done to that too. And anyone that didn't, thanks for joining. Right. Cheers, folks.
Bye, everyone.
Night.
Cheers. Bye.